Solo.
And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We're going back to Mage Knight. And yeah, baby, I'm excited. I'm excited today. Wonder what the shelf life of this video will be, says Sajid. It will be longer. Well, I guess the shelf life of the video and the shelf life of the game are two different things. So I don't know. We'll see. The shelf life of the game is long. It's very, 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 very long. Unlike Nemo's War, which I did have a good time with yesterday. That was a very fitting closing of that chapter. So I'm excited how that went down. Private Vendetta Get Out is a little ominous. I don't know what's happening. Okay, Edgar says, howdy, sir, with a big smiley face, bringing it on a Wednesday, baby. I love it. Let's make this happen. So I do need to kind of refresh the rules, because I was dawning on me as I was hitting go live. I haven't played this in a long time. So, Alfred Wallace, yay for catching a stream. Yes, the audio works, and it's snowing in North Dakota again. Oh my gosh, I'm moving to North Dakota. That's it, Alfred. I'm gonna live with you, baby. I don't care about. I'm just saying baby a lot today. I'm just calling everyone baby all the time. Just get used to it. Yeah, I don't care how much money we just spent renovating this house. I'm moving to North Dakota because I miss snow. It used to snow in Philly, and it stopped. It hasn't snowed in like 3 freaking years, other than like random flurries. But here we go, life and death overview. I mean, this is the crown jewel, if you will, of the Shades of Tezla expansion. This scenario is very, very good. I like Hidden Valley. I like Realm of the Dead more. I kind of the Lost Relic. There's something about it that just, I don't know. If you want to give me a 2 scenario experience or 2 round experience, I just wish it didn't have an extra 10 minutes of setup. So I think that's, for me, is like the disjoint there. If you want to give me a quick Mage Knight scenario, fantastic. Don't make me have to do all the extra work and setup. It just doesn't really work for me from that standpoint. But yeah, Life and Death is super cool. It was the first of the scenarios I took on when I did Tezla. I kind of wish it was in the end of the book. This was a very steep learning curve for me. We'll be playing at level 8. The recommended levels, I think, are 5. It's a 6-round experience. It's the only scenario in the Shades of Tezla that's a 6-round experience, and we will have both the Elementalist faction and the Dark Crusader faction to contend with. So the Elementalists and Dark Crusaders are at war. The Council of the Void wish you to take advantage of this opportunity and fight your way into enemy territory to destroy the avatars of Tezla, Tezla Spirit of the Elementalist and Dark Tezla of the Dark Crusaders. So we have Tezla Spirit and Dark Tezla. I don't know what Tezla is. It is what it is. Not important. So there is so much lore that I think exists in this game that it's just so hard to get it, right? Like, it's just so hard to see what this is really all about. But that's fine. You know, Mage Knight is not exactly a narrative first experience. I do find in this game that it's a lot easier to go for the Elementalist faction. I assume that will be the same case today. And now let's get into the special rules. The green, brown, and red enemy tokens should be sorted by faction. When placing rampaging enemies, pick from the Dark Crusader pile for the northern map tiles and pick from the Elementalist pile for the southern map tiles. We will have a wedge map in the solo game. Whenever a magical glade is revealed on a southern countryside map tile, place a green and a brown elementalist enemy. Whenever a magical glade is revealed on a northern tile, make it a graveyard, and then a green and a brown dark crusader enemy. Whenever a magical glade is revealed on a map tile in between the north and the south, roll a mana die to decide whether it is an elementalist or a dark crusader. And I believe the colors for Dark Crusader are blue, red, and black, and white, green, and gold will be for the Elementalist faction. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that. To liberate a magical glade or a graveyard, you may enter it from its space as an action. Fight both enemies. If you not defeat them, the remaining tokens remain in that space and can be attacked again on a later turn. If you defeat the last enemy, then you liberate the location. Gain an artifact if it is a magical glade, and a spell if it was a graveyard. Mark it with your shield token and gain +1 reputation. The green city cannot be placed on a northern map tile, and the red city cannot be placed as a southern map tile. So those are our cities. The green city is going to be for the Elementalist faction, and the red city is for the Dark Crusaders. The white and the blue cities, thanks for playing. You can go away, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I might regret that. Is there another city tile? Yes. Yep, there is one more. Sorry. There is a friendly city, and I have taken out the Volcaris Camp tile for obvious reasons. So I think I did. I put it somewhere. Or it just vanished. Volcaris Camp was like, all right, peace out. We're done. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. Woo! One of those days. All right. And as Sajid said yesterday, it's always one of those days, which is accurate. When the if either is occurs, shuffle the city back in the remaining core tiles. The city is the last core tile that you can only explore somewhere where placement will be allowed. Other map placement rules apply as normal. When the green city tile is placed, place a hidden valley location tile over it. When the red city tile is placed, place a necropolis over it. The hidden valley is where the elementalist faction leader is located. The necropolis is where the dark crusader faction leader is located. When either of these locations is placed, place the relevant number of enemy tokens face up, and the relevant faction leader token according to its faction leader's level. Again, doing level 8. You must move within hidden valley and necropolis spaces to attack the leaders and their followers. They are not counted as safe spaces. Night rules apply in a graveyard and necropolis, but none of the other effects of a magical glade, hidden valley, graveyard, or necropolis can be used until they have been liberated. Once liberated, they act as normal. All right, so the hidden valley basically acts like a magical glade, and the necropolis will act like a graveyard. That's not going to matter as much for us because I will be doing the elementals faction first, and there's 2 reasons for that. 1, not a lot of physical resistance among the elementalist faction tokens, and 2, the Dark Crusader faction tokens have a lot of paralyze, and that can be really bad until we're super beefed up and have a chance to really deal with that. So Life and Death Solo, the map shape is a wedge. There will be 6 countryside tiles. So I'm going to shuffle the 14 tiles that we have here, and we're going to get 6 of them. Exactly 3 should contain a magical glade. I'm reading this painstakingly slow because it's been a crazy week in my house. Have I mentioned this? If you may have noticed that I'm wearing the same shirt as I was yesterday, that's a little bit of a clue that it's been a crazy week. I'm Yeti to party, like big time this week, guys. And girls. I was woken up by a painter walking into my room early this morning, which is not early for most people, but early for me. And it's like, hello. I guess I'm gonna get out of bed now so you can, paint the portion of my room that needs to be fixed after you tore a giant hole through it. Not the painter per se, but it's my contractor. But he needed to do that to make clear to the stairs so we could put the 3rd floor on. It's just all sorts of craziness right now in solo playthroughs land. All right, rolling. Why am I rolling a die? I'm not rolling a die. I'm just taking the top 3 off for magical glades, and I'm gonna get 3 of these, and then I will go ahead and roll a die when I have the 6 that we're using. So 1, 2, and 3. Those are out, and now these are going to be our 6 countryside tiles. Private Vendetta, hello, good sir. This is just too punny. That was the get out. Nice. Slavidan, hello, good luck. Thank you. Mike James says, don't forget those tiles. Greg, show some love. Don't forget those likes. Show Greg some love. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the support and the encouragement. Get those likes up or do dislikes. I don't know. From what I understand, YouTube treats them the same, so it doesn't matter to me. I remember the days where I used to look at likes and dislike ratios and think that was so important. It's a weird journey starting a YouTube channel. I would mildly recommend it for everybody, but it's a thing. All right, let's make this happen. So I have 2 core non-city tiles, so I'm going to take these 6 tiles, and these could definitely swing the world of Mage Knight a little bit. So I will roll the die for this. Bam and bam, and then we're going to have to get 1 other tile, so it's going to be the white city or the green city. And that will come in, and now we're going to have these 5 core tiles at the bottom of our location stack. And I will randomize these. So 1, 2, 5, 6. All right, there we go. Then that is done. So we 1/5 of the 1/5, 5% of the setup is done. Now we have just to shuffle 7 billion decks, get our dummy player, and sort all the Tesla tokens. So, stay tuned. What do you want to talk about, guys? Let's have a conversation. How's the weather? It's snowing in North Dakota. It's not snowing here. It makes me sad. I want snow, damn it. All right, this is going to go here. So it's a totally random story, but it just popped into my mind. So why not? Let's kill some time. So I thought it was funny. I really like Hall or Nothing. I like them as a production company. I really like Tristan Hall. I love how active he is on BGG. I love how he supports his games. But they posted on Twitter a link to another YouTube channel. It looks like I didn't watch a lot of it, but it looks like the guy did a really good job with it. It's a smaller channel. If you're interested in Valwraith, I would definitely recommend checking this out. And just go on Hall or Nothing Twitter feed and you can find it. But a guy basically started a Valwraith campaign, and the tweet was like, "Watch the Valwraith campaign, including the Absolution expansion." And I'm like, dear God, I have to see somebody beat Vignette 9. I was so curious. For those who don't know, I put Vignette 9 on the channel about a month ago, and I tried 3 times and just got demoralized all 3 times, which I expected going into the video because I just felt like the Vignette was really broken, and to the point that it just killed the game for me. It's just not, that game is not on my list of games I want to play anymore. I love Gloom of Kilforth, but Valwraith, unfortunately, the expansion just absolutely was a huge miss for me because the difficulty level was just not, it just wasn't tested enough. Something was very wrong about that game. So I go to this guy's playlist to watch how he beat Vignette 9, and Vignette 9 was a 6-minute video of basically him explaining that he couldn't figure out how to beat it. And I was like, well, I feel a little better. It's oh man, I don't know, dude. It's that game could be really good if they just need to tweak the difficulty and get it back to just there's so many, there's little things they could do to make that an absolutely fun playable experience, and it just unfortunately absolutely missed. So, and I'm going to say absolutely an absolutely insane amount of times. Private Vendetta, it's all an attention economy. It's rainy and overcast in Munich. Thoughts on Elder Scrolls from CCG? And the weather is cold and sunny about 40 miles from where you live. Brian, I don't know if you're joking or not. I gave a little bit of my speech about Elder Scrolls. I gave a lot of my thoughts. Not really. It wasn't a speech. It was a conversation. But I'm the only one that has, the ability to speak by audio. Everybody else has to write in their thoughts. I think Elder Scrolls is going to be an amazing game for a lot of people. Having demoed it and looking at my collection and looking at where it fits and looking at that price point and considering all those factors, I decided very easily that Elder Scrolls was not going to be an amazing game for me, and I was happy to pass on it. Not happy to. I was not upset to pass on it. How about that? It's just not. It didn't hit where I needed it to hit for me to justify that price with everything else that is on my shelves and everything else that is due to arrive in the next year and a half. I have some concerns about the system, that I think the game would never work for me as well as Cloudspire or Too Many Bones or Victorian for that matter, which I haven't even cracked yet. So, because I've just been so busy with other things. So, yeah, glad to have done with it. I think a lot of people really love it. I have no connection to the IP, so I think that's part of why it was an easy pass for me. Had I had more connection with the IP, maybe I would have been more interested in picking it up. But yeah, just really not meant to be. And if it comes out and they kind of retool some things and fix some things about it that I didn't love, then amazing. Maybe I'll pick it up, down the road, for $20 more expensive than I would pay on the campaign. Is really how that goes. Jonathan says, feel the same about Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it's a lot, man. I mean, IPs are expensive, so you're paying for that. They're really, the way they're working the shipping. I mean, the free shipping thing is such BS. They're subsidizing the shipping for globally to make it more balanced for everybody, and I appreciate that, but it is driving the price up. I mean, with the premium health chips, and which I just would always get with Chip Theory games, you know, and the expansion, I mean, you're talking 270 probably all in for me and what I would want to get if I got it. But yeah, and I just again, I played the game. I just felt like some parts were like, "Mm," and other parts were really interesting. The fatigue system is great. So if that's really drawing you in, that's amazing. I think the character development is not going to be as interesting or as diversified as people are going to hope, or as is kind of being promised by the campaign page. I think there's some limitations in the system that you're going to feel very quickly, and that every character is going to be more similar to each other than you would expect. Um, as you're going through the gameplay experience. So, it's just one of those things. Alrighty then, I'm putting these three things out. Boom, Swift Bolt, Firebolt, and Chilling Stare. A big fan of Swift Bolt. That 4 ranged attack is money. We have to shuffle the artifacts deck, which I might have shuffled already, but I'm going to shuffle it again. Actually, the same about a couple of things I backed 2 years ago. I get the Kickstarter updates and wonder why I even backed it. Worm Victor, why did I think the live streams are on Twitch? Because most people, at 6 strips, Twitch has become the live stream locale. I looked into Twitch and it wasn't worth it for me to try to get a following there, and I just felt like YouTube is just more my speed, and they make things like stupid easy. Yeah, I know people that are like they can stream on Twitch and they put the video on YouTube, and that's fine. It just, yeah, it's just not something I looked into for a while, and it's not something I ever kind of, I was happy to kind of stay here with YouTube and what they do. Alfred, sometimes I love Kickstarter, sometimes it makes me miss games just showing up at random back in the 90s. Dude. Yeah, I mean, I have between pre-orders and Kickstarters, I have like 15 things that I'm waiting on, and some of those are expansions. I mean, big games that I'm excited about: Primal, Euthia, um, but Oathsworn. I mean, I definitely have some games that I'm super excited about. Big news for me, and kind of like every once in a while, I'll reach out to a publisher like on a whim, like not expecting it to say yes. And what is Out of the Unknown? What the heck I'm forgetting the company's name, so sorry about this. Into the Unknown, Out of the Unknown. Um, Into the Unknown. What are you? Who are you? What is your name? Into the Unknown is sending me a review copy of Aeon Trespass Odyssey, which is a big game, and that's going to be arriving soon. And I will be diving into that very quickly because they're trying to do a quick turnaround with playthrough videos for their upcoming crowdfund campaign. So that's a cool thing for me, and I'm excited about that game. So we'll see. I mean, from what I understand, there's a lot of the DNA of Kingdom Death Monster. Kingdom Death Monster was a game that again, some of the art and some of the things around the game have kind of turned me off to it more than from what I understand of the game itself. And Trespass Odyssey just looks like it's a better system for me, so I'm super excited to try that one out. And the ratings on it are just absolutely bananas. So we'll see. So I might have to not live stream as much for a couple of weeks while I'm digesting that monster. It is a huge game with a huge rule book, so that is going to take a lot of time to digest and get that ready for a playthrough video, especially if they're hoping to use it in a crowdfunding campaign. So things are happening, peeps, and it's super fun. It's been 2023 has been a very fun year for the channel so far. So hopefully that is a sign of things to continue throughout this year. And like I do want to say, I mean, with Elder Scrolls, I think it's only fair if I'm gonna like put this out and not like airing dirty laundry or whatever. Just like I do think Chip Theory has not been a huge like supporter of solo playthroughs. I mean, they've sent me a review copy of Splice and Dice, and like that's cool. I do think that when I have so many other games coming my way or sent to me by publishers, it does affect my purchasing decisions. And there are publishers that I'm like happy, like I know they've sent me stuff and I'm happy to support, or I'll buy the expansion. I want to make sure, like, I don't think I'm like, hey, I should never buy a game. I think that's absurd. But I trust me, I buy enough. I have purchased enough Chip Theory game stuff that I am not I'm just at a place with them. I'm like, I have enough Chip Theory game stuff. For me, I already feature two of their games pretty heavily. I'm gonna start featuring a third. I do not want my channel to be an absolute marketing campaign for Chip Theory games when I'm paying for all that crap out of pocket. So it's just one of those things. Private Vendetta, Twitch was live streaming local before YouTube. Twitch has its own issues with its own algorithms. Brian Scholar says, thanks, Greg. I was on the fence about it myself, especially with that price point. And like you, I have no connection to the IP. Bastion Baranek, there are some people who stream simultaneously to Twitch and YouTube. They even manage to connect the chats. Yeah, I've seen that as a possibility. I know OBS does that. I already have enough tech issues that I'm just always scared to add another layer. I live in a city. The internet connection isn't always the most amazing thing, and I just try to keep things a little simpler. So, yeah, like I'm worried about adding too much and creating problems that I just really, really don't want to have. Worm Victor, thanks for the answer. Love the content. Found it a month ago. Ever since, this is my bedtime story. Nice. It's my dulcet tones. I have A Odyssey sitting on my shelf. Need to crack into the rulebook. Jonathan, oh nice. Pass on A and Trespass just because I already have too many campaigns coming, but will happily watch. Worm Victor, did you try Hero Star Realms campaign solo? They are super nice and cheapest as well. I uh did not. I am super curious about both for sure. Private Vendetta, that's weird because CTG is usually pretty good with supporting their social media channels. Um, Private Vendetta, you read my thoughts. I I have no I have I'm very confused. I was told things a while ago that never came to fruition, and my efforts to try to find out why have been uh, have not been successful. So I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you as to why Chip Theory um, does not seem to appreciate what I do. I love their games. I would never be like, oh, I'm not gonna feature these games anymore. Like, I'm always gonna feature Too Many Bones. I'm obviously gonna feature Cloudspire. I love those two games. I'm expecting to very much like Victorum. Um, but yeah, I don't know. it's it's weird to me as well. But look, companies there's a lot of us out there and they have to make their decisions, and like, I'm not here judging them. I'm like, dude, it is what it is. Board games are supposed to be fun. I'm not creating drama. Like, it is what it is. And if people love their games and want us to buy every single thing they make, that is totally cool. If that's your company, that's great, dude. Like, there is no animosity or ill will. Just, there has been some frustration. Admittedly, but that's about as far as it goes for me. And I was really happy to sit down with Andrew from Chip Theory, and I was really appreciative. I appreciate the fact that I just even got a demo of Elder Scrolls, and they gave me one of their slots at PAX East. So that's been good. That's been good. Dude, where can I get those bags? The bags, I used to have like affiliate links from Amazon, and I stopped doing it a long time ago. These are literally uh like wedding favor bags, like these burlap sacks. And I bought these years ago, and then that's my handwriting, and I drew some crap on there. But they're definitely, like, Etsy has some options. I would highly recommend it. I didn't. I mean, you saw how, like, I just, even stacking the Tesla chips. I've always been tempted to get like little bags, even just for Tesla, because it's just a lot of extra setup. Takedown and setup are so much easier when you just get the bag. So if you go on like one of my old, like, not like my original, but if you go like older Mage Knight videos, you can find links to the product on Amazon. They should still work. If you can't find them, I can just send me send me a comment later, and I'll try to get you the name of the company so you can find them on your own for sure. Just put it in the comment and remind me later. You should make them merc. I should. My beautiful artwork here. So one day I'll branch out to an Etsy store. So that day is not today, because today we have a matter of life and death with our buddy Norowas. So I'm assuming it's going to be the standard rules. Again, we don't get the +1 because it's not a blitz scenario, and we're only going to have 3 dice instead of 4. And we are only going to have 3 units instead of 4 as well. I rolled a white, black, white. That's a good start. Yikes. At least I have the white. Hopefully I get a good recruitment opportunity early in like a village or something and use that white die with some noble manners, people, because I am feeling noble today. That is for sure. The third city tile is friendly. Both the player and the dummy player put 1 shield on it, and no one is the leader. When you take tactics, you always choose first. The dummy player the other takes a random card for those remaining. At the end of the night, they remove both tactics cards used from the game. That means each tactic card is used once. When both factions leaders are defeated, you have 1 last turn, and then you can do scoring. I can't wait for scoring. It's my favorite part of Mage Knight. Yeah. So the Savage Monks, here we go. We have the Scouts, and then we have the Herbalists. We are going to have to figure out our dummy player. To my left, I have Bravelar, Arethia, Krang, Goldix, Tovak, and Wolfhawk. I'm rolling a d6. I got number 4, so we have Goldix himself. Please give me some flight, baby. That would be super nice. That's going to come out. We got you. We need his deed deck. I have it in here. Little leftover little container I didn't need from the folded space insert for Spirit Island, which has been awesome for my Mage Knight storage. Man, remembering why I don't play Life and Death as much. The setup is that much longer. That many more things to get ready, kids. And it didn't help that I was like, oh wait, I have to I should probably read the rules before I start screwing up. I do not play Life and Death with either Pursuit or Ambush. So it's, I think you could add those rules thematically. It'd be fun because it's part of the Shades of Tezla thing. But for me, I just kind of leave Ambush and Pursuit as mechanics specifically in Hidden Valley and Realm of the Dead, and not necessarily, I forget which is linked to which. And I remember what the things do. I just can't remember which is called which. But I guess Pursuit's Realm of the Dead, and that's where the thing actually follows you around. And Ambush is from the Hidden Valley. All right, so I think that's right. We have a little cheat sheet for Goldix's skills. We have Goldix's card, which I can probably fit here. Try something a little new. And we're going to have some starting inventory for Goldix. That's really dark over there, so sorry about that. We have 2 golds and a black. It's having some glare issues on the right side, so I actually have a little bit of a barrier here to prevent the glare, but wow, it's going to be really hard to see Goldix's crystals. Is that better? Is that better or worse? I can't tell. Yeah, well, I'll just try to keep him up on his face so people can see what's going on. All right, so a green, 2 greens and a black in Goldix's inventory, and we have his dummy deck ready. Let me count the 16 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are good, and I'll count the 16 in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Hey all, I'm excited to finally, albeit accidentally, catch a live playthrough. Can never get enough Mage Knight content. What's up, Nate? How are you, sir? Let's get our starting tiles. We have a village, which is good for, It's always good for pillaging, but it's also good for recruiting. Recruiting is the right word. What can I recruit? Oh, I got scouts. Where's Saget? The scouts came out, and Saget hasn't said a word yet. What is going on? Yeah, that is not the greatest inventory. I would love a monastery. That is not the good unit offer. Although the scouts can come in handy sometimes, maybe. I would love a monastery though, so I can get the savage monks. But alas, that is not meant to be. Yeah, the herbalists are not a thing that I want right now. So we're gonna have a mage tower garrison over here. Remember, oops, sorry about that. That's face down. I'll pretend like I didn't see it. And I'll get one of these to delineate north and south. On the north part up here, we have a marauding green enemy from the Dark Crusader faction, and on the south over here we have a marauding green enemy from the Elementalist faction. So we have a cloud. Oh, these are rough things to start with, kids. We have a Cloud Griffin. Cloud Griffin cannot be fortified. It has elusive. I'm sorry, it has swiftness, so if I want to block the 4, I actually need block 8, but it also has elusive, so if I don't have block 8, it's going to be 8 to defeat in the melee phase. It'd also be 8 to defeat in the range plus siege attack phase, and because it's behind a wall, I cannot defeat it with ranged attacks unless I kind of attack it from that square here, unless that also has some kind of wall or something. So actually there's no walls on edges of tiles, so I'd have to actually get here, assuming it's not a lake or a mountain, and attack from there if I wanted to use range attack. So that's a really rough enemy. It's a rough placement. It's not the greatest start. I've seen better. I think if we're looking at the offer, restoration, cure, and expose can be very, very strong. So that just looking at the rest of how this has come together, that mage tower is looking mighty fine. I mean, I could go to the village, pillage, get the scouts, and then maybe siege the mage tower, or I can um, explore from there, and then if there's nothing on that tile I want, then go to the mage tower. But yeah, not loving how that all came together. Worm Vicar says monasteries should get blight instead of shield when you are around. Yeah. That's funny. All right, let's blight the land, people. I'm gonna draw to my opening hand. We get some stamina. This white, black source is gonna be a problem. Well, stamina, rage, mana draw, improvisation, and swiftness. Yikes. I don't love it. It's not good. I'm concerned. I have concerns. I have thoughts and concerns. Oh, shoot. There's also 2 magical glades. Rough. Yeah, Greg. It's just like Shades of Tezla. So in on the northern tile, that gets a graveyard, and it's going to get a green. Nope, that's Realm of the Dead. That is Realm of the Dead. I think it's green, and the green and brown Dark Crusader faction enemy. Those are face up. Southern, yeah, they're face up. So we have mummies and a pain wraith. Pain wraith has paralyzed. Mummies have cumbersome. And on the southern tile, we get a green and a brown enemy from the Elementalist faction. We have a crystal sprite, and we have a, what are you called? Is something elemental. A water elemental. That's right, that's water. It never looks like water to me. It looks like some weird little ice sculpture. The crystal sprite obviously has the defend. That is going to be rough. If I defeat that, I get an artifact. It is indeed tempting, except I just hate that source unless I can use the mana draw to get improvisation, which then means I'm not using the white. I mean, the one idea is I go in there, I use swiftness, I take 3 wounds, and then I can take out the water elemental. That's probably the best thing I got going. So weird. Plus 1 reputation when I liberate it though too. Plus I start getting gold mana. But I might be taking 6 wounds for the pleasure of this. Lots of things to consider. I think I take planning. It's gonna be 5 moves to get in there though, because it's in a freaking swamp. Oh boy, people. Oh boy. So move. I have another swiftness. Don't want a great start this. I'm gonna take planning. Wish there was like sometimes I wish there was like a day version of mana search. Because yeah, the source is rough. So I am rolling a die for Goldix. Goldix rolls a 5. So great start is out, which is nice. That means I go first, which means I can take my time on this very first turn. I mean, I need another movement card so bad. Move 5, move 7, move 8. Yeah, so planning at the end of my turn, if I have at least 2 cards in my hand, I could draw. So my hand was too bigger. Could play the rage. I need 7 attack to defeat that. That's my problem. So I'm really hesitant to. I mean, it's actually less movement to get into here, which is freaking crazy. But then I have mummies and all other sorts of crap. I can move, do the rage sideways. I'm using improvisation to get in, but then that's a waste. It's just a really bad hand. I need mana draw. It's like my only access to reds. I could just chill draw 1 more card because of planning, and that might actually be my best opportunity. So I'm first. I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm just drawing another card. Determination. I'm going to use that for move 3. Yes, what a awkward start. All right, Goldix. It's a red. It's a blue. It's a blue. 1 blue in Goldix's inventory. So 4 cards down. My turn. I'm going to use Stamina and Determination sideways to move here. This comes out. Yeah, I wish I had like a Crystallize or something. There's like nothing good with that first turn. I'm going to draw a card to get to 5, and then I draw another card. It gets me to 6 because of planning. Man, I just in need of freaking red crystal. If I use the white, I guess I just use a white to get in, and I draw again, and then the color will stay red, which isn't great. But it's going to take me all turns to do this. But I think this is the only way I'm going to get some fame and get this thing started. So, yikes. All right, that was my second turn. Gold is the second turn. Green, green, white. So we've seen a lot of their greens, which is very helpful because it's a little more predictability in how the rest of this is going to go. I'm playing mana draw for the sole purpose of getting a red. I get 2 red mana. All my movement cards are buried at the bottom, which is really, really bad. So I'm going to do that. Noble Manners is not going to work this turn, so I get move 5. I move into the swamp. Now, again, it's an action site. I could choose to take on the enemies as an action. It is otherwise a safe place, so I do not need to challenge them this turn. If I challenge them this turn, that's going to be a problem. Because if I had a white mana, I would. Just to wipe that dude out. But I don't. The 4, 6, 7 isn't going to work because of the defend power. Remember, the first enemy I defeat gets to defend 1 because of the crystal sprite. So even if I use that, that doesn't get me to 8. I'd have to take 5 wounds and they can kill the crystal sprite. That would knock me out, so that's not going to work. So I'm pretty much as SOL with how all that came together. The red stays red. That rolls. It's now white. These are out. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5, and I get crystallize could be helpful. I get 1 more because of planning. I'll put my hand face up so people can follow along with the badness. All right, Goldus's third turn. 2 and 3. It's white. My turn. I'm in here. I'm going to have to do this in 2 turns anyway. Well, this reveals... What are you? What are you? Oh, it's a sorcerer. Crystallize white. Alright, let me do this math. I get a white, I kill the crystal sprite. I have a red from the source. 2, 4. Alright, this is gonna be how I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna play Crystallize in this turn. Use a white with it to get a white crystal. This is out. I roll the die. It's green. I draw 1 more card. It's stamina. I draw a card because of planning. Goldus's next turn. It's a green. It's a white. It's a blue. 1 more card. And now I'm going to challenge these 2 as the last thing I do. Now I still have Tranquility, which is good, so I will be able to heal a lot of these wounds. So the Crystal Sprite, again, has 2 ice attacks of a 1 each. It has 1 shield. It's elusive, so in the range attack, it actually has a range attack phase. It has 2 shield and it has defense. So the first enemy I attack gets to defend 1. So in the range or siege attack phase, I'm going to use Swiftness. I'm going to power it with this white crystal I have. That's going to be range attack 3. That kills a crystal sprite. The defend power goes away. In the block phase, I'm going to get a ice attack of a 6 coming in. My armor is a 2, so I'm going to get 3 wounds. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to haven't used a die from the source yet. I'm going to use that to power rage. That's attack 4, attack 6, and then I will use some movement would be good. Is there any chance I'm taking out the sorcerer? Probably not. As much as I would love expose, I think that's going to be ambitious. So I'm gonna be using the green for healing. Do I want to get rid of swiftness? Am I just moving and exploring? Probably. So I'll use that. So that's attack 7. So 4 plus 2 plus 1. That kills the water elemental. Alright, I'm gonna roll this die at the end of my turn. Most of this is movement. I do want to get the tranquility. I will drop none of it. I think I'll have enough turns, right? He'll declare end around next turn. I'm only drawing 1. I need to get to tranquility to get these wounds out of here. Well, if I liberated that, so I'm going to get rid of 1 wound that way, which is super awesome. I will drop. I think I have another movement action too. I do. I'm going to drop March at the end of my turn. I re-roll this die. It's a green. Now, this goes away. This is out. I'm going to get my rewards. I defeated 2 Elementalist faction enemies, so I'm going to get 2 of these tokens. 1 and 2. We got the healing herbs. Heal 1 or throw away a wound from your discard pile. And again, there are 6 different kinds of these tokens. There are 12 total, so there's 2 of each. You cannot use the same kind of token twice on the same turn, but you can use multiple tokens otherwise. And there we have Cloak of Shielding. Once when your hero is about to be wounded, you may ignore 1 wound and any additional effects from it. Fantastic. I'm going to get 5 fame, so I go from 0 up to 5. That's going to give me a level up. So before I do my level up, though, I'm going to get my reward. At the end of my turn, since I ended on a magical glade, which is now liberated, and since I liberated the magical glade, I get +1 reputation. I put a shield on it. If you like it, then you gotta put a shield on it. I'm gonna throw away a wound, and I get myself an artifact. Artifacting it, we have the Emerald Ring, or the Amulet of Darkness. Gain 1 green mana token and a green crystal to your inventory, fame +1. Or gain a mana token of any color. If you play during the day, deserts have their move cost reduced to 3, and you can use black mana as if it were night. I like the green. Green. Yeah, that'll be really helpful, actually. Cool. So I'm going to keep Emerald Ring. I like the extra fame, especially against these enemies where their fame values are a little bit deflated because they give you these faction tokens. Remember, during interaction, you could also discard a token to get +3 in interaction or a +1 fame, but it has to be in interaction. These guys are Toast Maghost. Actually, there's not enough of them, so I'm going to just put piles up here. I will spare you my normal rant about how Tezla should have more enemies. And at the beginning of my turn, I start with a gold mana, so I'm going to remember to do that now. Again, all this starts happening because I've liberated the graveyard. I'm going to draw up to 5, Emerald Ring. Oh, nope, level up. I look at my top 2 skills. We're going to add 1 of Goldix's to the pile. Ooh, Goldix's motivation. Ooh, my motivation. Ooh, Bonds of Loyalty. Well, Bonds of Loyalty is like the first time I've ever not taken motivation on camera, I think. But I have Goldix's there, so that's like helpful to know. When you take Bonds of Loyalty, you actually add 2 cards to the 2 regular units to the thing. So Magic Familiars. You do have to spend a crystal to keep them, but they're pretty awesome. And I'm pretty, especially with the Emerald Ring, I might actually do that. So Magic Familiars and the Peasants. Remember, you can take them, you can get the Magic Familiars in a Magical Glade, except it's not interaction. You're just summoning them, right? So you have to spend 6 influence. You cannot get Magic Familiars from like things like Bonds of the Banner of Command or whatever it is. So anything that gives you a unit, you can't get them that way. You actually have to spend the influence. So during interaction at a mage tower or a monastery, this would apply. Otherwise, this doesn't even apply. So even if I was like +3, it wouldn't matter if I was summoning the Magic Familiar in a Crystal Glade or a Magical Glade. So yeah, it looks a lot of weird nuance with the Magic Familiars. So I'm gonna draw to my. Oh, I get a card from here too. I think Swift Bolt makes the most sense. That range attack 4 can be awesome. Firebolt is not going to make a lot of sense against the Elementalist faction because there's a lot of fire resistance. And now we have the agility thing here as well. Actually, is there fire resistance for them? Or they have ice resistance? I don't know. I still like that range attack 4. It's really strong. They don't have a lot of physical resistance, which is all I really care about. And now agility can be really strong. You spend movement for attack with a weird little conversion there. I'm going to draw my hand limit, which is 5 still, and then +1 because of planning. We get threaten. I can get the Magic Familiars. I will have the green mana. But then and I will have a crystal to spend. Unfortunately, I just would have to be spending. I could get a white crystal too, which is move or influence. Oh, that could be strong. If I don't use a range attack, I get the white crystal, I get the Magic Familiars. I think that's a really good unit for me right now. And I have this gold too. So lots of cool things coming together here. The Goldix is going to declare end of round next turn. I have to make sure that I get through 3 cards because I have to get that healing card. So Tranquility is still in my deck somewhere. I'm going to play Emerald Ring. I'm going to get a green mana. Do I hold on to the Emerald Ring? I have a green there. I'm going to hold on to Emerald Ring. Yeah, I'm going to take the Magic Familiars to the Bonds of Loyalty. So instead of them costing 6, they only cost me 5. So this is a 5 discount. Is that only during interaction? Actually, let me check that. When you gain the skill at 2, it costs 5 less influence to recruit a unit under this command token. This unit can up, and this is recruiting. I mean, summoning is still recruiting, so I think this is all legit. Someone with the compendium would have to tell me if this is wrong. Where's Madi? Madi, you here? Don't forget the graveyard says Worm Victor. Yep, man, I'm at the job. Good luck. Gotta watch later. Also, the schedule on late this month, 25th onwards. Madi, what's up? Hello, I made it in time. How's it going? It's a rough terrain for the first Magical Glade. Back to work. Thanks, Brian. Good luck, Greg. Take care, all. I've always found it weird that graveyards grant spells and Magical Glades grant artifacts. It just seems thematically backwards to me. Yeah, there's something. I guess either way would have felt a little off. I don't mind it in the end, but I think I can use Bonds of Loyalty and get a 5 discount on the Magic Familiars, even though I'm in a graveyard. I think that would work because it doesn't say only during interaction. This is recruitment. It's a summoning would be a type of recruitment, I think. So I'm going to pay Threaten. I'm going to take the Magic Familiars into my Bonds of Loyalty skill. Now I also need to spend a crystal or a mana of some sort to kind of keep them around. I can get the heal from them. I actually want to use the white from here, and that will give me a lot of move. So I'm gonna, and now I need to get rid of other stuff as well. I think because I need to draw down. I need to get all 3 of these cards to make sure I get Tranquility. So I'm going to play Swiftbolt to get a white crystal, and then I will play the Emerald Ring to get a green mana, which is just wasted, and a green crystal. Now, remember, I also have this too. I mean, if I can't do the -5 with the Bonds of Loyalty, one thing I could do is, and actually maybe I want to keep that -5 available. I changed my mind. I want to keep that -5 available for me. I'm going to actually use a stronger effect of Threaten with this gold and then play this sideways. And then I'm actually going to hold on to the Emerald Ring for a second. And I didn't take the Fame yet. I'm going to hold on to the Emerald Ring because I can use it next turn for sure. And I did use Swiftbolt. So I lose 1 reputation at the end of the turn because I used the stronger effect to threaten, and now I have the Bonds of Loyalty, which will help me get a stronger unit in the future. I think that's a better play. So these all come out, and now we go to the end of the turn. I get a gold because I'm starting in a Magical Glade. I ended my turn there again, so I do get rid of another wound with the healing effect of that. Make sure I did not heal into my discard pile before, which I have done before. And now I will draw to my hand limit, which is... That's right. So I didn't even need to get rid of. That's funny. I didn't even need to get rid of the Swift Bolt because I forgot that I was. Yeah, I didn't even need the green. I forgot I was healing again in the Magical Glade because I wasn't actually anticipating doing that. So like that is part of why I was like brain farting there. So brain farting, it's a technical term. I will have a ton of movement, which is actually a very nice way to end this round. And that's good. Goldix is declaring end of round. My turn. I'm spending the green and March for move 6. Well, what green? I have this gold too. Well, I'm playing Rejuvenate to heal 1. Let's like simplify things in my hand here. I have move. Well, I'm playing Emerald Ring. I get a green crystal, a green mana, and not reputation, a Fame +1. So that's out. These are just out. And now I have a movement of 11. So I don't even think, because I added the move or influence 3, and then if I have it with a white, if I again, the way that Magic Familiars work, you basically choose one of these things based on the crystal that's on there to enhance. So I've given the Magic Familiars either the enhanced movement or an enhanced influence ability. So I'm going to probably use it for its enhanced movement. But there is an outside chance if I stumble into a if I stumble into a monastery, I might switch that up, but probably not. All right. So I'm going to get the green mana here, and that's going to give me a move 6. I'm going to use 2 of that movement to go here, and then I'm going to explore here, so it gives me 2 movement left. There's a monastery. I am very, very far away from it. Woof. Ooh. Interesting. That's a really interesting tile. This goes there. Now, this is in the middle, so I need to roll a die. There's going to be 1 advanced action in the offer as long as that monastery is around. I need to roll a die to determine what kind of faction is going to be there. It's a black, so we're going to get a dark Crusader faction token. It is the Skeletal Warrior, I believe is what that's called. He just has 3 attack and 4 defense. It's not otherwise all that special. I have 2 more move. Okay, so I'm going to move into here. I'm tempted to do something there, but I think that would be a mistake. So planning can come out, obviously. So I'm going to use the magic familiars, and now I have a move 3 plus 2 because I have the white on there. So move 5, I'm going to move 3, and then explore here. It is not the last magical glade. So we have a monastery there. That could be good at night. Just going a roundabout way, because again, I do want to veer south at some point. So monastery there, and a Dark Crusader faction enemy up here. It is the Corrupted Priest, is I think what you are. It is indeed a Corrupted Priest. I was confused them and the Shrouded Necromancer. All right, so we had move 11 to review, and I started here, so it was 2, explore, 2, so that was 6, and then 3 and explore. And it put a monastery on the board. It gave me some options. I can decide whether I want to. At night, I would have to go in blind, but it would be a good place to get a spell. Or, and again, at night, the movement there wouldn't be that onerous. Or I move into here. I kill the skeletal warrior and kind of march into this monastery. Maybe I burn that down, get another artifact. So there's an argument either way. The fact that I'm starting on the refugee camp can be super interesting. We'll see what kind of comes up there. I have this. I like the Savage Monks a lot. The problem is I don't want to forgo the Emerald Ring and rejuvenate to get the Savage Monks. I guess I can recruit. Oh, interesting. Huh. As my action for this turn, let me think this through. Let me think this through, kids. Refugee camp. It's because the Savage Monks can be recruited in a monastery. It would be, and this is a more from an action efficiency standpoint, so I'm out of refugee camp. It would be +1, so it would be 8 to get them. I can get rid of this heal token. That counts as 3 influence. -5, so I'd only need 3, and that counts. Again, my modification is a 0 there, so I can actually recruit the Savage Monks on that turn too, which makes me really happy I saved that. That's really strong. I mean, you get a siege attack 4 and the magic familiars. I mean, honestly, if I had another turn, I could use a siege attack 4 and just kill the skeletal warriors, even though they're behind a wall. And note that I moved from there to there to not trigger an attack from the skeletal warrior, because the wall prevents the triggering attacks under those circumstances. Yeah, that ended up going a very nice direction. I think that's the move I want to take. I mean, it's weird. I didn't spend the card for it, but again, those count as 3 influence. So that absolutely worked out. And I dig it. Yeah, Savage Monks will really help. Again, it makes killing that guy super easy if I get a green, which I already have there. So I can kind of come in, go to the monastery, get another artifact, and then kind of work my way down here and just kind of let that mage tower kind of chill. So that is that end of the round. This is gonna ready. Now, at the end of the round, I need to pay a crystal to keep the magic familiars around. I'm gonna pay them a white because I like to have the flexibility of the move or the influence. In the future, I'm obviously gonna want to power them with red or with blue. Da, da, da. I've always found it weird the graveyard grants. Okay, what happens if you get a magic familiar and the bonds of loyalty and not the crystal? Can you disband them? I can't believe it's the first time I thought about that. Rant on left out loud. It is annoying. Yes, you still get the discount on the bonds of loyalty. It is not reputation discount. It says pay less influence. Madi, yeah, I guess it would disband. With an expensive unit like magic familiars, you may not want to have the option to use them in situations where you were not allowed to use units normally, which bonds of loyalty gives you. Just a thought. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. So what Madi was saying, if I kept the magic familiars under the bonds of loyalty, one of the benefits of bonds of loyalty is you can use them in dungeons. You can use them against. They can burn down monasteries. They'll do things that units normally won't. So it might have been better for me to kind of keep them there. I just felt that I might be in a place where I needed influence. I didn't have it. So, and it just ended up, I got lucky with how that terrain came out. So that was pretty cool. Frank Wadesmaker, the magic familiars don't disband from bonds of loyalty, do they? They are removed from the game, if I remember correctly. They just magically disappear. You can get the Savage Monks in refugee camp with the bonds of loyalty by giving up the relics. Yeah, awesome. Can you recruit a new unit under bonds of loyalty then after they disappear? I'm not sure. I think you can use it to recruit again. Good question. It doesn't seem right to be able to use it twice. I'm glad we got into a rules quagmire on round 1, people. That is game that keeps on giving. All right, I've shuffled my deck. That was a remarkably strong first turn, considering how painstaking that liberating that magical glade was. I got very lucky that Goldix went through his deck very slowly and gave me that many turns. So that was just really trying to piece something together, and it just worked. And I'm super happy about that. And getting Bonds of Loyalty early. There's a reason why I take Bonds of Loyalty over Motivation. It is one of the very, very few skills I would consider taking over Motivation. I'm going to put my D deck here, I think. It's a little bit off camera, but that will work. All right, this goes away. This is added to the dummy player's deck. This comes down. Another advanced action of the offer. It's Mountain Lore. Over here, we get Refreshing Walk. Sorry, I'm covering up the art. Just want to see the titles. We get a white crystal added to Goldix's inventory. These come down. I do not love these spells anyway. Let's see if this gets better. Wings of Wind, Wings of Night. Well, that's fairly strong. I do like Disease. I've used Disease to pretty good effect in some recent games, but I don't think it's worth a game like this. There's so much that has to happen. It's like it's rarely worth backtracking, but there is a thought of maybe going here and trying to get Curse or Disease, but I just feel like with that monastery there, I want to get more. I want to get to that the Hidden Valley, or not the Hidden Valley, the green. Yeah, I guess it is the Hidden Valley. I want to get the Hidden Valley and start getting to work there. So we have, oh, those are elite. Never mind, you go away. We have the Utsum Swordsman, we have some Scouts, and we have some Red Cape Monks. I remember I'm only 2. Oh my god, I get all the monks. I want all the monks. I want the monks and the magic familiars. If I can get 2 more fame, I will have an unbelievable opportunity to get 3 pretty strong units in the very first round, or very first round plus of this game, which would be super, super awesome. All right, this goes here. All right, rolling 3 mana dice, And it is a white and 2 reds. Yeah, but that's right. The mana was all, the source was awful last round. That was a really, I'm very happy with how that round finished, considering how it started. That's really, really cool. Done. Maybe not though. Need to look at the wording. Is that recruit when you gain the skill? Yeah, I don't know. It's all a mess. It's all a mess, people. And Vlada has stopped supporting this game for a long time. I don't, you know, it is what it is. I do wish there were some more forthcoming FAQs. But I know Phil's still active on occasion. But it would be nice to have some of the mysteries of this game answered a little more thoroughly by the designers. But I know Ricky Royal still pipes in occasionally too. Speaking of Ricky Royal, I have Renegade. I need to learn Renegade. Renegade is a list. That's going to be probably one of the next games I feature, just because I'm very curious to dive more into that game. I've played it a couple of times. It's a little different than what I expected. To be totally upfront, I do like it. I didn't love it the first couple of times I played it, but I'm just like, all right, I kind of see what's here, see the puzzle. I think I expected something closer to Mage Knight based on a bunch of what people have said about it, and it's like, it's nothing like Mage Knight. I just don't understand. I mean, other than Ricky Royal being involved, I don't understand why people put it in the same sentence as Mage Knight. And it doesn't, not every game needs to be like Mage Knight, and there are some excellent games that have nothing to do with Mage Knight. But yeah, like people talk about Mage Knight all the time in the context of Renegade, and I don't see it at all. At all. So we'll see. All right, this comes here. I'm trying to get that glare away, but I think it just is what it is. Yeah, it's just a dark corner for some reason. It's like the abyss of my screen right now. Let's look at some tactics. Well, let me draw my opening hand. So we have 5 cards. We have a Swiftness. We have a Rage. We have a Swift Bolt, a March, and that's it. That's all I get. I mean, it would be nice to have the Savage Monks to wipe out this dude, but honestly, to wipe out the monastery, but honestly, I'm not that concerned about it. I think if I kill him, oh, I get a relic. I probably have to discard a relic to get another fame. And I get the Red Cape Monks. And if I get a Determination plus Swift Bolt, that's a range attack 6, which would kill most dudes in the monastery anyway. So I'm going to take Long Night. Seems intriguing to me. Mana Search is intriguing to me. No, that's too good of a source to take Mana Search. I'll take Long Night, unless we need some ability to use my cards a bit aggressively here. And should go first again. Oh, Goldix tried to take Long Night. Goldix takes Preparation, so that's out. So I'm first yet again, baby. All right. Well, I'm going to attack him. Yes, I will. It's going to be fun. I don't want to block 3. I could block him. I could block him like this. And then use Swift Bolt. Especially if I'm doing Long Night. Keep the Savage Monks around. Remember, Swift Bolt isn't going to work in a range of Shizak phase because of the wall. Fine. I'll keep... This can go away, obviously. I will do that. So I'm going to block him, and then I'm going to use Swift Bolt with the white, kill him. I'm going to get 1 fame. So again, during interaction, I could spend a relic to get another fame. I killed a marauding enemy, so I get +1 reputation for that. And we have those. That's a really nice one. It's super nice. Where are the skills? That is the Vial of Toxin. Once source of physical attack gains +3. +2 in range and +1 in siege. Remember, in interaction though, I need to get 1 more fame so I can get a command token to get the Red Cape Monks, which I'm going to want to do before I turn down the monastery. So I mean, I guess I could get the scouts, but that's fine. Doing it this way does help me get into hopefully stumbling into noble manners or another influence card. This dude is dead. I'm going to put it over here. Rolling a die. It is green. Remember, I can get a bunch of influence from the magic familiars because I do have a white on them. I'm drawing it to my hand limit, which is 5. It's swiftness, stamina, and rage. Rage against the machine, baby. All right, let's make this happen. I'm going to do Goldix's first turn of the second round. First knight, green, red, red. Nothing doing. My turn. We are going to use the green to get move 4. That move 4 is going to be enough to get me here because it's, again, 1, 2, 3 because I have to go across the wall. I need another bit of move to get into where the monastery is. I mean, the total move from there is only 7, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7 gets me there. I am gonna draw again and hopefully get noble manners or something because I don't. I can blitz the magic familiars, which gets me 5 influence off the bat. But then I would need to use both of these, and I really don't want to use this one. It's very strong. I'm not totally psyched about using this one, but the fact that I'm facing the Elementalist faction first means I'm not as worried about a wound that's going to paralyze me or something. So I think that's fine. I'm going to roll this die. It is white. Please give me noble manners. Please give me noble manners. Noble manners. Noble manners. Noble manners. Woof. Okay. That's not great. I mean, that's another way to get some extra fame too, right? So, or even, oh man, even the emerald would be super nice because I draw 2, right? I mean, either one of those cards is super strong for me. I just got to make sure I have a crystal by the end of this round, and I do have crystallized. The emerald's probably better for me than noble manners because then I can get the fame without having to burn one of these 2 things. So Goldix's turn. It's a white. It's a green. Right, a blue. One more card. My turn. I'm going to play Rejuvenate. I'm going to power it with this green crystal because I want my Emerald Ring. Yes, Emerald Ring and Golden Noble Manners. What a fantastic draw. So I'm going to play Emerald Ring. I'm going to get a green mana, which is kind of wasted, but I get a green crystal. And I get Fame +1. Does that happen at the end of my turn? I think it happens at the end of my turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happens at the end of my turn. So I'm just in case, I will not mess with this because I now I'm going to recruit next turn, but I'm pretty sure the fame bump is the end of my turn. If somebody thinks that happens now, great. Either way, now I'm going to play swiftness and explore. I have so much other crap going on with the savage monks and all of it. So I will explore. I could explore here. I could explore here. Maybe that looks a little funky, but I can always, again, as long as when you explore a countryside tile, it has to be connected to a tile it's connected to 2. Core tiles have to be connected to where they're placed. I just really want to get to the core tiles. I think I have another, man, I don't know. Trying to think how many more level up opportunities I'm going to have. I want to get to 24 before I hit the green city. So maybe, and Fane can be hard to come by with these suckers. So maybe I do explore it here. And if it has a lot of things that I want, I just don't want to end up backtracking. I'll explore here. Oh, there's nothing. There's nothing on this tile. This would have been the most amazing tile in the world to put down here. All right, the center is here, so it is going to be a green enemy. It's a crystal sprite. They gave me a whopping 1 fame. So I probably end up exploring here anyway and hope there's something good on the northern part of it. Otherwise, we get into the core tiles over here as it is. So, end of my turn. This goes away. I've used these cards. I keep these 4. I draw 2. No, I draw 1. It's like 2. It's just less. Worth going back to the maze for a spell. Hi everyone, Slobodin. I can use command now. There is an exception. I can use. I'm talking about using noble manners now. Like, do I get in my fame? Oh, like no. But there's an exception. If you're gaining a unit, right? The problem is, would I have right? If you get a unit the same turn, you get a command token. You have. If you get a unit the same turn, you get a command token. You can level up before you get the unit. But I think that's only for when you get rewards from combat. I don't know if that applies universally. If you do a reward from combat, you can do the level up before you do the right. Because the level ups, I don't even know what I'm thinking. The level up happens late, but if you get if a combat gives you a unit, you can do that level up first, and then get the reward. I don't think that applies in the case where I was getting the fame jump from something like the Emerald Ring. So I'm going to assume that's right, and if I missed an opportunity, I missed an opportunity, and that's going to have to be okay, people. We're just going to live with it. All right, red, white, and green. It's like just, it's Rules Wednesday here with solo playthroughs. All right, my turn. I'm going to recruit. I'm playing Noble Manners. Bam, that's 4 influence. I'm going to use the Magic Familiars. Bam, that's 9 influence, and that gives me the Red Cape Monks, and that's going to give me Fame +1 and Reputation +1. Thank you, Noble Manners, and I love me some fame and some reputation. All right, now I will burn down this monastery next turn. So I will get the monks from the monastery, and then I will use them to destroy. And I have these other monks at my side ready to do my bidding. I don't think Long Night's ever going to trigger. That's fine. It still allowed me to go first, which has been super helpful. Bam, improvisation. No, I'm bamming. It's a bam kind of day around here, kids. We get a red, we get a blue, we get a white, one more. That's nice and slow. My turn. We are. How much influence did I have? 5, 9. They were 7. I did not have 4 more. I could have gotten 2 more. I didn't have. I wanted to use the green crystal for that because I rolled a green. I was thinking that if I used concentration, got 2 more, maybe I would have wanted to get mountain lore, but I like mountain lore. I don't love it. I mean, it's a little limiting. You do have to end on the hills for it to really help. I mean, the extra move is nice, but all right, that ship is sailed. Let's move on, Greg. All right, we're going to burn down this monastery. So 1, 2, 3, reputation lost going in. I pull a regular mage tower, enemy. Again, I'm on a hunt to get to 24. And we got the wolf. That's interesting. It's the Magic Familiars. So Magic Familiars on Magic Familiars Crime. They cannot be fortified, but they do have 7 armor. So I do not have 7 range attack. So I'm gonna have to block these suckers and then get 7 attack. I mean, I have the 7 attack here. I don't have any blues. I can get a blue. Yeah, I can do this. I'm gonna use concentration to get a blue. I just don't want to take any wounds right now. I've already used Tranquility this turn. I'm going to use that. Remember, there's 2 different attacks. I have to block them separately. It has Brutal, so if I don't block it, it's 6 points of damage as opposed to 3, but it's still only 3 points of attack necessary. So Determination blocks that. Mana Draw in Improvisation block that, so both of those things are blocked. Now in the melee phase, I get 4 attack from Rage. I'm going to use the Savage Monks. They normally would not be involved in this, but they're so loyal to me that they're like, yes, we will burn down the monastery with you. And they're very excitable. So they did that. That's attack 7. That kills the magic familiars. That is, I already got the reputation loss. Now I get the fame increase, and it goes from 9 to 14, which is very close to another level up. Now this guy, I can send him over there. I'm going to put this in here. I roll this die. It's black. These all go away. I used every freaking card in my hand, but that was worth it. And now I look at the top 2 artifacts and get another one. And boom. Discard a card of any color to use the basic effect of the spell of the same color from the spells offer. With Wings of Wind being out there, that is not the craziest thing. Or I get block a billion. Block a billion, kids. Block a billion. It's a lot. Yikes. Cold Fire block. Would you break it? Block 6. What's this guy's attacks? Level 8. Ooh, his level 8 is a 7 ice attack with paralyze. Yikes. Okay. Well, Cold Fire block 8 could be super nice for that. I have to burn it to get that to happen, but am I really doing level 8 today? Who thought that was a good idea? That's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Discard. Wings of Wind, Arcane Immune. I think Tome Wall Spells just requires too much to come together. I'm going to take the Shield of the Fallen King. But I don't really love either. But that's fine. Still very much worth burning down the monastery for that. This goes here. And we have these guys now. And I don't know. Is it worth exploring here? I can explore here. Oh, the next card is a countryside core tile. I really should have explored down there with that. The next tile is a core tile. I mean, I could explore there. I think makes sense. And then get the core tile right in the center. And that way, if it's the white or the green city, they will stay. You just can't have the green city, or sorry, if right green or the red city, it will stay. You just can't have the red city on the south, or you can't have the green city in the north, but they can indeed go in the center. Oh, it's another, my bad, Magical Glade. Somebody I'm sure said this in the chat. This is going to get these 2 enemies face down. It's our last Magical Glade. We have the Air Elemental, and then we have the Centaur. All right, so that's actually fine. I still might explore here first and then kind of come over here, get another artifact. And that will give me 1, 2, 6, 7 fame, 3 more faction tokens. My AC just went on. Let me turn that off. Go away. All right, 3 more faction tokens. That could be really strong. Hoping to see if I can use the Red Capes monks this turn. Could be helpful. All right, that's the end of my turn. I did my level up. I draw to my hand limit. Crystallize will be good. Swiftness is going to be good. And I need a, man, I've not seen a blue crystal yet today. So stamina is of limited. Oh, long night. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Bastion, there is an exception if you gain a unit as a reward at the end of your turn that you can recruit, although level up happens after, but here it seems very clear your command token comes at the end of your turn. Don't forget the enemy is on Magical Blade. You were correct. MK Headache. Thank you, Madi. I knew someone would be on. I should have actually predicted it was Madi. That would have noticed. I was going to forget, Maddie. I appreciate you looking out as always. All right, let's make this happen. So, Long Night, I get 3 cards back on my D deck. The rest of these go away, and I get to draw up to my full hand limit. Another movement is super nice. Oh, yeah, this is a pretty nice. It's a pretty nice situation for me. All right, Goldix is going to declare end of round next turn. My turn. I have move 2, move 4, move 5. That gets me here. While I am there, I will now attack the Crystal Sprite. Crystal Sprite is going to attack me twice. Oh, guess what? Shield of the Fallen Kings. I block both of those attacks, and then I can use the Red Cape Monks for attack 3. Since I blocked it, I only needed 2, but it's super dead either way. We get 1 Fame, which is a level up. It gives me another faction token. Oh, super sick. What is this token again? This is going to a mystical map. During your movement, reveal a new tile at a distance of up to 3 spaces. This costs no movement. And then I'm also going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power that with a red and get a red crystal. I'm going to roll this at the end of my turn. That's a gold. I'm going to get myself some, I don't know why I just did that. It felt good. I'm going to get 2 more skills. Oh, Goldix's motivation is looking really good. Do I want Chilling Stare? I kind of want Chilling Stare. This might be a good opportunity to grab this. Now, look, these are not awful. We have Leadership once a turn when activating a unit, add 3 to its block or 2 to its attack or 1 to its range attack, not Siege. I don't have any range attack. So I'm not sure how great that is. Leaves in the Wind, or Whisper into Treetops, like what's around, I get a white crystal and a green mana. I don't think that's very strong compared to, because I already have access to both of those. We are taking Goldix's motivation, and that means I have to take Chilling Stare, which can be most excellent. This comes down. Not just excellent, most excellent. That gives me a green mana. Super sick. We have this. Great. Drawing to my hand limit. All right. We are going to do some things, kids. It's 8 to get in there at night. I don't feel a huge need to do that. I have no real ability to kill anybody. So I think I just move there, explore with that. Oh, I don't have a red. I can get 5 anyway. Yeah, I think that will make a lot of sense. Great. Goldix declares end of round. I use improvisation with Chilling Stare. That's move 3. I'm going to use Swiftness for move 2. We get our last countryside tile out. We have a keep, a mage tower. Uh-oh. Having a little traffic jam up here. I will definitely be moving this down in between rounds. So we get another mage tower, a dungeon, and a keep. The mage tower is face down. The keep will be face up as soon as it's the next day. I'm not attacking it this turn. I'm just putting it face up now because it's going to be face up anyway. It is the heroes. And I'm going to use this mystical map because I want to get a core tile out to give me access to better units. So we're putting our first core tile on the board. It is the White City. The White City is in the center, and it is a friendly city, but it also puts a dragon in my face and another keep. So we could be transposing into a keep strategy. So I will get the White City. Where are you, White City? That goes there. We're going to get a dragon that's in the middle, so I'm not sure who's going to, what faction that dragon is going to be from. Does mean that maybe going here might not be worth it. That keeps going to be there. We have a monster den there, which is super fun. Now, again, that's an adventure site, so if I enter there, it will just be normal brown enemies. We put our shield on it. We're going to have one of Goldix's shields on there, again, just to signify that it is friendly to both of us. So we are not the leader. we will just have +1 card draw if we're next to it. And we can do the things that you can normally do in a white city. So I can recruit a city unit, and I could actually recruit any unit. So that's actually really nice. I can get any elite unit, and I'm going to have 2 in the offer starting next turn already. So that's a really good draw for me. Lots of good things happening, people. All right, so we're going to make this go away. That's the end of my round. I do want to move this. The center point is up here. Oh, I got to place the dragon. That's gonna it's gonna be right in the center. So we have to figure out what faction that's from. It is from the Dark Crusader faction, and it is a vampiric dragon. Oh, the joys! All right, so we're gonna get rid of these. We get elite unit. It's the fire golems. I can recruit them in a mage tower or a keep. I can also recruit them in the White City. And remember, I get +1 influence in the White City because I have a shield on it. So it's another perk of doing that. We have the Northern Monks. Nope, sorry. And then we have the Amhotep Freezers. Ooh. Okay. Lots of interesting things happening there. I do have to pay a crystal to my friend, the Magic Familiars. I'm going to pay a red crystal, thanks to the one I got from Crystallize. So they're going to stay around. It's like, oh, you fed me mana. Great. I will stick around for you. I really do like you. I'm not just using you for crystals. All right, this goes away. Nope. This goes here. This goes away. No more advanced actions in the unit offer because there are no non-blighted monasteries on the board. We add a green crystal, which is a little rough. So it does mean that the dummy player's deck will be a little swingier. And we got Mana Bolt here. Do I want to do some keepness? Is now the question. We're going to flip this over. We're going to the 3rd round, so the 2nd day. I rolled a black and 2 greens. It is legit because it is 50% basic. This comes down. I'm going to take these 3 tiles off. So the starting tile, and I'll keep this off to the side. I gotta when we inevitably run out of units, we'll figure out what the heck we want to do. But again, very curious design choice or production choice by WizKids, which is super player friendly, and I'm so glad they did it. All right, this goes here. This goes here. Oh, never mind. Forget keep strategy. I forgot that mountain's in the way. That's weird. So I guess I do. If I move there, I actually provoke an attack from the dragon. That's also weird. All right, so I need to kill the vampiric dragon, liberate this graveyard, find the green city. That should set me up well for round 4. I'm 9 fame from having another command token. Norwas wants more units, always. Always, always. I have this motivation, which was obviously useless last round, but I'm pretty excited to have it for this round. So, agility was nice too, but with the way you played dual color, getting the chilling stare is the smartest thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, I like the dual colors. They're fun. Now, you just gotta, again, the rules, remembering all the rules around them is another thing altogether. So I think the keep strategy is probably not going to work because there's a stupid mountain there. It's funny I didn't even see that. It's like a little bit, like for me, where the light is, that was actually probably more obvious on camera than it was for me. Remember, this is row 4, so this is row 5. And I just remember that it helps me keep track of the center. So the core tiles, I can't put a core tile here. I can't put a core tile any further out. I can't put a core tile down here because that is the coast. But right now, I'm directly up the gut with this thing. Oh, fun with placement restrictions on wedge tiles. I'm gonna try to. I'm just getting these enemies tokens. I just feel like they're in a way, so I'm just gonna put them over there for now. All right, Goldix. I'm gonna make sure. Please don't pull 7 greens in a row. I will be very sad. And actually, if you pulled 7 greens in a row, you would actually run out of cards after pulling 3 in a row. But that's a different story altogether. Who's counting? Not me. Drawing up to my hand limit, which is 5. Why is it not more? 5 is not enough. And great starts out of the game too, which makes me a little bit sad. So determination, rejuvenate, noble manners. Oh, these are not the cards of dreams. Crystallize and mana draw. I have a vampiric dragon, and you give me this crap. Oh, yeesh. Yeesh and yeesh. I need to block 8 against a vampiric dragon and then attack 8. I do think I'm killing that. It's a lot of fame. I mean, 7. This is this is going to get me pretty close to almost 35, which is even better. 35 is better than 24. You heard it here first, kids. It's shocking insight from solo playthroughs. Oh, man. I think I take rethink. I think I rethink. Right, great, doing that. Getting the tactic for the dragon. He takes 6. I go first again. I'm going to get rid of noble manners. I'm going to get rid of rejuvenate. Crystallize with that. Crystallize with that source is straight up garbage. So we're getting rid of that too. So I discarded 3 cards. I then draw that many cards. I get rage. That's better. Another rage. Ooh, super exciting. And a march. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We're gonna shuffle these. I need to kill Dragon Boy. I'm gonna try to save my year. If I kill the dragon by provoking and moving, this might be a good time for motivation. Manager, I don't have a white. Man, I am like just not pulling the cards I want. Or the mana I want, but I guess what else is new? Trying to save these as much as possible. Remember, vampiric, for every wound you take, you add 1 to the dragon's armor. If it is not blocked, and if you're taking wounds, obviously it's not blocked, that will go to the higher number, which is a 16. So I need 16 range or siege attack fate, 16 range or siege attack to kill a vampiric dragon. I only need 8 regular attack. I'm very much like the shield when I take on these guys. My mana access is just really garbage. Alright. I'm going to do motivation. I draw 2. Emerald ring. And stamina. And I get a green mana. Which is great because I have the emerald ring to give me more green mana. I don't have a white or a black. I was really hoping to get concentration just to get a white or a black. Put these up here. I don't have reds. But I have a bunch of block possibilities here. Block 3, block 4, 5. Block 3, block 6, block 8. Yeah, it's not pretty, but I'm going to use the green to power March. That gets me into here. I'm using the green in part just to freaking try to change up the source. That provokes an attack from the Vampiric Dragon. I'm blocking with the Red Cave Monks. I'm blocking with the Savage Monks. I'm blocking with this, with Determination. And now I just need attack 8 I'm going to use the Magic Familiars. That's attack 5. And I can use this. I think that makes some sense. And that's going to give me attack 8. Again, that is, I like saving those for later, but I don't think that's going to make the most sense now. I need to save enough attack to defeat these guys. So the Biotoxin, one source of physical attack, gains +3. This is a physical attack. It gains +3. Thank you, Biotoxin. We've killed the Vampiric Dragon. That gets me another token from here. It is the Staff of Concealment. Move 2. Your movement does not provoke rampaging enemies or enemies with ambush this turn. Also, any enemies pursuing you are not moved and do not attack you this turn. It's going to give me 7 fame. I go from 15 to 22, +2 reputation because it was a rampaging dragon. I'm going to clean up my play area. I'm wasting that mana, and I did not use that stamina. Right, I just moved the march, I used that, and the rest of this was my units, because my units are freaking awesome. So I roll this die, it's gold. That's a better roll. I can make that work. I draw up to my hand limit. I'm already at my hand limit, and I'm kind of okay with that. Indeed. So I'll put these down here again. Rethink and go away. Just clogging up the screen. We're going to go to Goldix's turn. It is a red. It is a red. It is a red. Wolf. So 3 green, 4 green still left in that deck. Spotty says that's what you get for burning down a monastery instead of buying mountain lore, you naughty naughty mage. I meant the way you play the dual color for dummy. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I play it very harsh. Which is, I mean, it comes up like once every 30 games. Like it's not a big deal. But yeah, I definitely get it now. So I'm using stamina to explore. Core tile here. It is the Red City. Well, it can't be the Red City because again, the Red City is the wrong faction, and we are definitely in the South. It's the Green City. It can be the Green City. That's super interesting. So 3 cities right on top. This is why I shuffle. This is why I roll dice the way I do, because it's like, dude, I totally randomized it. It is what it is. The magical glade, does that only affect countryside tiles, or does that affect all tiles? Yep, that only affects countryside tiles, so we're not putting enemies there. That would be brutal. We have the elemental priestess here. We get another green faction enemy. We have a centaur here. We have the hidden valley here. And the hidden valley is going to come in at level 8. The hidden valley, level 8. I'll put a mana token here. It's going to have 2 green enemies, 1 brown enemy, and 2 red enemies. They are all going to be face up. I will deal with them later. But a fire elemental, an elven protector, another elven protector. Oh, that's really bad. A storm dragon and a savage dragon. They're all there. All right, I played the Emerald Ring. I get a green crystal. I get a green mana. And I get +1 fame. So close to another level up. I honestly, no chance to recruit in that village, which isn't that surprising with so many elite units. This lake is really pushing me around the long way. It's like, I'm going to go to the White City. It's like, no, you're not. Mountain, lake. Where's Goldix's Flight when you need it? Speaking of Goldix's Flight, there should be another thing in the offer. It is Universal Power, which can be most excellent. But not going to get that right now. That white is awesome because I can do some awesome things with it. That's the nature of the beast. So I do wish I had motivation back, especially I used all the units, but I was kind of just in an unlucky spot with how the mana situation came out. So I feel okay. The Vampiric Dragon's pretty nasty, so it's nice to get rid of him. Neither of these guys scare me too much. I mean, the most they're going to give me 2 wounds, even if I don't block either of them. So it's really not that bad. And I still have Tranquility in my deck, which will help. So I rolled a 1. I'm just rearranging the core tiles because I had to shuffle the Red City back in. I'm drawing to my hand limit at the end of the turn. We get Rejuvenate and Threaten. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill these guys, and then I'm gonna have to kill her too. And I still have that thing. I still have that range attack. Why am I still have the lightning bolt or the something. I don't know. The thing, range attack 4. Very articulate. Ooh, I can re-ready a unit. Oh, that's somewhat magical. How magical is it? Hmm. That's pretty freaking awesome. All right, cool. Goldness is second turn. It's a white. It's a blue. It's gonna have to be a green. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. So he went through 9 cards out of his 18 in 2 turns. My turn. I'm gonna use Rejuvenate to re-ready the Magic Familiars. They're like, here, you keep feeding me mana. I will do things for you twice. All right, we're attacking these guys. They're gonna give me 2 wounds. I'm not blocking them. The Elven Protector and him, they both have swiftness, so I need block 6 for both of them. That just was not happening. So I'll take my 2 wounds. I know I just used I keep saying Tranquility, I mean Rejuvenate, but I'm gonna liberate a magical glade, so I'm gonna heal right the frig up. Now I'm gonna play Mana Draw. I'm gonna power it with the gold because it is day and I'm not in a graveyard. I'm gonna turn this into a red. I'm gonna get 2 red mana, and I'm going to power Rage and Rage and the Magic Familiars. That gives me a total attack of a 13. Remember, since I did not block the Air Elemental and it has Elusive, I needed 8 attack for that. And I can combine that with the Elven Protector. That I needed 5 attack for them. That's 13 attack total. Neither of them have physical resistance, so I can combine them for the purpose of the attack, and they are both now super dead. So threaten stays in my hand with those 2 wounds. Those 2 mana go away. That does not get re-rolled. This does. It's white. These are all out. I'm going to get 4 plus 2 fame. That's 6 fame. That gives me up to 29. It gives me a level up. 6 cards in my hand now. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to get 2 more of these tokens. I get +1 reputation because I liberated a mind. Mine. I said mind. I don't know why. I meant mine. And I'm going to heal a wound at the end of my turn because I'm on a liberated mine. I have another, mystical map and another token type, which is I can add ice elements to an attacker block from a single action card. So it has to be, the one was a source of attack, so I could use that with my units. This specifically says it has to be a card. So the Vial of Toxin, I think, is just objectively far more powerful. And these 2 can come back on their little piles over here. This is my awesome hand, and I will start next turn with a gold mana because I'm on a liberated magical glade. Now, I have nothing in there that I can recruit. I have a command token and a Norowas. I want to recruit things. Let me recruit. Let them eat cake. All right, we're going to draw up to my hand limit, which is now 6. There's Swift Bolt. That's the word I was looking for. Swift Bolt, Crystallize, Noble Manners. I have all these recruit cards and nothing to recruit them with. Oh, and we get a Shield of the Fallen Kings just for good measure. They had nowhere to recruit. Nowhere to recruit. Definitely not worth going back to that keep, although I'm still tempted. I just won't have the time. I will not have the time, but I will have some chance to kind of just get ready for this Mondo attack. But all this is a waste. Oh, I could do that. I have some ideas. All right, Goldix's third turn. It's a red, it's a white, 1 more. So he has 5 cards left in there. I'm thinking, people. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous game. Greg is thinking. I'm wondering how many turns I have left to do this, but I should be good. Oh, I have like no movement. Where's my movement? I'm going to use this and this to move here. That provokes an attack from this dude. And I know I could have stayed there and healed and whatever, but I have something better in mind, I think. And I'm going to use this gold to power Swift Bolt to kill the priestess. And that gives me 3 fame, 1, 2, 3, and another one of these tokens. It is the fire gem, I think. Yeah, fire gem and ice shard. So same thing, has to be added to a card. It adds the fire element to an attack or a block. I already took the fame. This will come back into this pile, and that's another reputation increase. Cool. This is out. These are out. And I can also use Crystallize in this turn. I'm going to use it a power with a power. I'll use a red mana with it because I didn't use a die. I didn't use anything from the source, and I'll get a red crystal. I rolled a black. Who cares? I draw to my hand limit. I get 4 more cards: concentration, stamina, swiftness, and march. Dig that. Norris's turn. It's a blue. It's a red. It's a green. He's declaring end of round next turn. On my turn, I'm going to interact. I'm going to have play Noble Manners, and I'm going to use that for a point of healing. That gives me a reputation +1 to gives me to +2, and a fame +1 as well. I'm mildly tempted to hang out in the village, but I think that's a mistake. What's the center? That's the new center. I think I'm going to get another tile out there just to simplify this deck. I really want the red city to be right there. I couldn't have spent movement to put a tile here because again, this is the coastline. Yeah, I think that's good. I have more movement than I need. I want to see the rest of my cards just out of curiosity. And I don't want to pillage a village. So I'm going to drop this swiftness. I'm not attacking anything this turn. Definitely, I don't care enough about that centaur to worry about him. I roll a die. It's a red. So again, I basically went to the village just to use Noble Manners to give me the extra reputation, the extra fame. Like, that's really sick. Like, I'm 2 away from, another level up, which would be really, really nice. Chilling Stare. All right, Norwas declares end of round. I have move 3 billion. Oh, man. Do I kill that centaur? That gives me... oh. I'm mathing. All right, I'm going to move 4. I have so many greens. Yeah, move 4. Move 7. Move 8. That's 3, 8. That puts me there. And then I'm going to use the green and swiftness to kill the centaur. Mostly to give me a level up and another one of these. And another reputation. Alright, I have 2 of those things. I can avoid a wound. And I'm going to use this to just explore at range 3. And we're going to put this core tile out. It's not the red city. It is a monastery. So it's going to add 1 to here. I'll put a 1 on it. We have 1 advanced action available there. I have killed the centaur. And again, the elven protectors are really rough. The fact that they're both there isn't great, but it could be worse. Yeah, we annihilated everything there, and I'm basically going to be attacking from the swamp now. There's also another argument that maybe I try to get around to that. If I get a lot of movement early, I can maybe get around to that village. I start pillaging. You know, if I get to that village, you might be able to recruit a unit. I could pillage. I mean, there's a lot of weird things that could happen. Song of Wind. Deserts, plains, and wastelands are reduced by 2. Interesting. All right, so I'm going to get my level up. I'm looking at my next 2 cards. Next 2 things. Sorry, let me clean up my play area first. It's really wild. Some things have gone very, very nicely this playthrough. I'm sure it will fall apart on me next round. So here we go. I can ready or heal a unit once a turn, or I get range attack 2 during the day, range attack 1 at night. Since we're going into night, I think this double use of a unit could be super strong. Universal power is also tempting, but I think this is just better for my current build and just the Norobus thing. And then I don't really like this skill from Goldix. I just don't think it's so situational. The Glittering Fortune once a turn during interaction, get influence 1 for each different color crystal in your inventory. I mean, that can work with Goldix if you have all the crystals. I almost feel like that skill would be better with with Krang, because like Krang has that ability to get a bunch of crystals in 1 turn, where Goldix it's a little bit more of a slow build. I was really hoping that was Flight. Flight would have been really interesting. Although again, I'm 2 level ups from being able to take Flight, so maybe not as awesome as it would seem. So end of the round, I'm gonna get these 2 skills back, and I'll keep them over here. These come up. This comes up. Oh, I get another card. Move cost of mountains, plains, and deserts reduced by 1. Plains you can just like fly through. It just doesn't help swamps. And it's only move 2. I think the move forward, more chances to get over to that village to start pillaging and just do a big assault at night. I mean, I'm probably looking at taking Sparing Power and just kind of coasting for a little bit. Yeah. We're giving another. Did I forget to cycle that last turn? Oh, I didn't realize it was. Wow, he's gonna get another green. Woof. And a green card. Yeah, I do not want him to get another green card. I'm taking Refreshing Walk. There we go. The little things that help make a decision. Oh, Shield Bash is such a garbage card. All right. I mean, I guess it's useful, but it's a lot of mathing. And I have to replace the reds. So I did have a red crystal, thanks to Crystallize 2 turns in a row. This comes out. Song of Wind gets added here. This comes down. We get another card over here because we have that Monastery. It's Ice Shield. And Ice Shield and Shield Bash hanging out together in the deck like they should be. This goes there. All the units go away. It's funny, like the beginning of that round, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the White City. And then the end of the round, I'm like, I got nowhere near the White City. The Final Masters, Sorcerers, Utum Crossbowmen. Oh, there's another reason to get there. Those Crossbowmen can be super nice. They're not amazing, but they can definitely make a difference. These all, I mean, for level 2 units, they're all level 2. Like, this is a very nice assortment. Sorcerers. Assortment. Speaking is so hard. All right. At first it wasn't 50% basic, so I had to re-roll. Now we have a gold, a red, and a blue. So happy about that gold. It's so useful to me. All right, we added the white card. We're adding a green crystal. So we have 4 green crystals in Goldix's inventory. Down, this comes out. It is Burning Shield. Mana Bolt and Burning Shield are 2 most excellent cards. Did I not get my artifact when I liberated that? I did not. I am owed an artifact, kids. Hello, kids. Sorry I'm late. How's everyone doing? No Manticore yet. He missed the opportunity to recruit scouts twice. Is anyone surprised? My new goal in life is to coy him with the Gravenous Shield patch once. No. That will be harder, sir. I never took my artifact. I got the first artifact for this, for a magical glade down here. Second artifact for the monastery. I did not get my artifact for liberating that. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't think it mattered that the way the cards worked out. Obviously, that was maximally strong turn for me. So I'm going to take this now. Druidic Staff or the Circlet of Proficiency. I mean, obviously, the Circlet gives me access to the two things I didn't take from before of my own, so I could get a second motivation, but you can only use one motivation a turn anyway. Druidic Staff is super flex in a way that I dig. Both would have been fairly excellent last turn. I don't think it would have made a difference though to how it played out. Because I would have moved here. I couldn't get past that dude anyway. So I think that's fine. I'll take Druidic Staff, but I think it just gives me more flexibility. But Circlet's very tempting. If I didn't have a motivation already, I think I would want Goldix's. I would want Norwas's motivation too. Universal Power. I just don't think I'm going to have the mana to really justify that. So I can get any of the four of these. This one's actually super interesting too. Use any non-interactive skill in the common skills there. As for your skill, if it is a usable once a turn, you can use it twice. It does not flip. Oh, that could be awesome. Yeah, that could be really good. That could be really good. I mean, I like Druidic Staff, but I mean, those skills. Yeah, that's. I mean, this is also interesting too. I mean, oof. I mean, just the crystalness. It says it used it twice, but the weird thing is, once a turn, and now I could use it twice a turn. Once a turn, so I could use it twice a turn, which would give me. I'd have to activate 2 units in the same thing, which wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it's almost like a mini. If I just burn Circlet of Proficiency to get that skill, but then I can't use it twice, so it's actually better to keep this in the offer. I will take the Circlet. Oh, Druidic Staff, I need to discard cards. I like it a lot. I haven't used the Circlet much on camera. I think I'd rather do something a little different. That does mean I need to keep this skill offer a bit more visible. So I'll just put it over here. This is everything that's in the offer. So those are my skills, and those are the 2 of Goldix's skills. Remember, I have 4 because I took one of Goldix's. So in total, there should be 9 skills. I have 3. There's 6 there. So the math is correct. Da-da-da. I see I missed a stream and mistakes are made. To my detriment too, man. I mean, it's just like I'm so distracted and heartbroken when you're not here that I just can't possibly focus on the game right, dude. It's a problem. It is a problem. It's funny, man. Like I have like so many painters in my house right now, and like they must think I'm absolutely nuts. They just have no idea what's happening. They're just like, what is this dude doing? Who is he talking to? This house is weird. Cool. This goes here. This goes here. Oh, it's funny. So 3 artifacts, no spells. I really just want to get move 10. I think I want to spend this whole round getting ready for one big attack and just praying that Goldix doesn't pull any greens. I'm here now. You might as well give up. Hey, what's up, Catnip? The Catnip's convinced I've never won a game that he's watched. So things are going really well. Although I am doing this at level 8, and this is supposed to be a level 5 challenge, I think. So I'm at 3 levels higher than the recommended difficulty. And looking at the faction leader for the Elementalist, I'm like already kind of second guessing my my choice here. Again, that token's marking the middle. So this is the south. This is the north. That monster den is intriguing to me, especially since that offer has gotten fairly good. Although fire attacks don't do much against the Realm of the Dead, or the fire attacks don't. Yeah, I think it's the Realm of the Dead that has all the friggin' fire resistance. Like every single dude is fire resistant. All right, this is shuffle. There should be 19 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. All right, I would like movement. Oh, range attack 4 is good. Movement. Rejuvenate. Movement. No. Movement. No. Movement. No. Movement. I got no movement cards. Oh, it's so great. Okay. Well, there is that. Interesting. I'm still going to spare power because, you know, that's the idea. That's what I'm going to do. Sparing power. Make it happen. So I'm definitely not going first. We do got to roll for Goldix. Goldix takes out 5. 5's already gone. 5's already gone, Goldix. 5 is already gone. You're freaking obsessed. Mana search. That's also pretty bad. Yikes. All right, Goldix is first. Oh, there's a green. Good. Be another green. Good. Don't be a green. It's a blue with 4 cards. 1 green out of the deck. I want move. I really want to get to that village. I'm kind of committed to this idea. I also had the idea of getting that unit. I'm going to spare power. I'm going to use motivation. I get 2 cards. Movement. Ooh. Movement? Ooh. That did not play out the way I was hoping. Alright, I'm going to use this red. It's crystallized. To use this red to power. And just to get a red crystal. The move 5 is going to be bananas. But I can move 3 from the Magic Familiars and 2 from Swiftness. I have the circlet over here. And I'm going to move 5. And then I can flip that to get the Magic Familiars back. Or I also have Rejuvenate. Actually, I won't flip that. Then I can use Rejuvenate to get that unit back. And I would draw 1 card next turn. I mean, if it's a movement card with concentration, I'm in. And it's on. I have 4 movement cards unaccounted for. 5, actually, because I just got 1 more. So, you know, it's a thing. I rolled a die. It's a red. The green mana goes away. Did I ever take it? I should have got 1 from motivation. That's fine. It's an unorthodox use of cards, but, you know, we're trying to move on here. Movement! Oh, that will absolutely do. It is super good. I don't have a white, so mana draw is kind of garbage. Yeah, I'd probably get rid of manager, which is kind of bananas, but like just where I'm at right now. And remember, I can use circular proficiency to get 2 whites and 2 greens if I want. I could use circular proficiency to get, I'm sorry, 1 white and a green if I want. I could use that to get a white mana and 2 cards. So we have some options with the circular, which is super nice. All right, that was my first turn. Goldix's second turn. Be a green. No. Be a green. No, don't be a green. Yes. Still a lot of greens in that deck, but he's only gone through 7 cards so far. My turn. Sparing power. I'm going to use improvisation and mana draw. If I had a white, I would think otherwise. If I have a white, I'm probably going to... Oh, I can use a green with Swift Blow for range attack 6, which is nice too. I'm going to use the red here. That's move 5. Get me into the Swampy Swamp. That's not the coast, right? Yeah, I can actually explore there and make sure the red city gets there. Or there. Oh, that's super nice. Yeah, I can call my shot with the red city, which is really, really nice. All right, those are out. I'm in the village, which is where I want to be. I'm going to re-roll this die. It's red. I'm going to draw to my hand, which is 6. Threaten. March. I'm going to pillage the village. And swiftness, stamina. I have seen one of my 2 artifacts. I have all of these things. I probably explore. Get this again down to the... It's going to be the red city and something else. So I'm going to put the non-red city there, and then we'll be able to kind of move on with our day in the last 2 rounds. Red, green. Don't be red, blue. Don't be green. Wolf. Wow, the deck is like totally... He could blow through the rest of these cards next turn. No, he can't. Excellent. But he'll probably go through 7 of them. My turn. Sparing power. I'm going to spend 2 movement to explore. Red city. Nope. This goes here. We have a keep enemy. Remember, the red city has to go on the north. This will go face down because it's night. And then we're going to have 2 of these. Right, there's 8 of them. 2 of these face up. So the Elemental Priestess and the Centaur. I'm going to end my turn. Oof. I will pillage the village. Goldix went first this turn. I never rearranged these. Pillage the village, get 2 more cards. March and the Shield of the Fallen Kings. Goldix's turn. It's a white. Green's gotta be a green. Yeah, there you go. 4 more. I'm gonna get the biggest attack I can, and then we'll deal with this. So I'm gonna spare power 1 more time. I have to play a card on my turn to have a legal turn. So I will just discard. Oh. I did not get... Do I want to use that red? Seems dangerous. I guess I don't need a ton of reds. Should probably have recruited last turn. That was dumb. But if I can use that red, that's fine. I'll use the red, influence 5, influence 6, because I'm +1 in interaction. And then I'll go down 1 because I'm using the stronger effect of threaten. And I'll take myself the Utem Crossbowman. Alright. Now we're talking. So I'm going to roll the die. It's still red. Look at me. This is out. I'm pillage the village. I go down to 0. It's definitely a Norowas game. Emerald Ring and Rage. Norwest's turn. Norwest is clearing end around next turn. And I should have counted my deck. I could have dropped one to... Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm still only drawing two. Still only drawing two. I don't know what this is, but I feel like I want every friggin' card in my hand right now. I'm a little upset I don't have mana draw. I'm only doing one attack, so there's really no reason to rush this. And I have enough moves, so we're going to go here. I'm not pillaging the village because I don't need to anymore. I'm going to drop a card. Norwest declares end of round. On my turn, I'm going to enter into the thing, flip this over, get all of these cards. There's Noble Manners. There's Chilling Stare. There's all my beautiful units. Alright, this is going to be chaos. I'm never coming back down here. So I'm going to clear up this screen by just moving some of these tiles off. It's an excellent idea, Greg. I thought so. I'm glad you agree. So this is all going to go. This is going to move over here. This is still the center. And now it gives us some space to play. So I got all these cards now. So we got Noble Manners, we have Rage, we have Refreshing Walk, we have Stamina, we have Chilling Stare. There is a small argument that I should have gone one turn earlier just to get some heal. But remember, I could do healing effects at the end of a combat as well, so it's not a huge problem. Emerald Ring. Bam. Circular Proficiency. So let me put my artifacts up here. I'm going to put my extra movement cards. Again, I already used the movement card. I put it in my discard pile already. I'm going to use some movement card is kind of pointless. So we have a heal effect. Those two movement cards, concentration, swift bolt, my potential ranged attack, although I have no white. Mana, but I do have a green and concentration. I am going to need a crystal at the end of this too to keep the magic familiars around. So we have that problem. Yeah, I'm very light on crystals. But breaking them, no, it's endless of like green mana is not helpful. We have our attack cards down here. And Noble Manners. Remember, every level at level 8 that we need to kill this dude, we would need 5 attack each. So that's pretty rough. I think we need to figure out where we want to bring him to. 5 attack each. I might be breaking the Shield of the Fallen King because it gives me a cold fire block 8. Otherwise, he's got paralyzed, which is obviously a non-starter. I mean, if I can get him to level... I don't even know. I don't even know. I know, so I could add block to that. I mean, there's definitely things I can do. None of these levels are great. I mean, getting it to level 3 would be super interesting, but that's going to take freaking 25 attack. So the fact that he's a 5 right now is really gross. Oh, level 9's super nuts. 4 attack 4s with elements, with swiftness, and it's elusive. Yeah, yikes. All right, we'll figure this out one at a time. So the dudes we're up against. This tile is probably just going to be confusing, so I'm going to move this over here temporarily. So we have the Fire Elemental. He's attacking with an attack of 7. That would be 3 wounds. It has fire elements, so yeah, good luck with that. We have the Elven Protector. What's annoying with the Elven Protector is their stupid defend power, so they need to go. They have only an attack of a 3, so there's only 1 wound. Another Elven Protector. So we obviously want to kill one of these Elven Protectors first, which should basically nullify the protect effect of the other one. We have the Storm Dragon. He's going to have a cold fire attack of a 6. And then we have the Savage Dragon. He's got a regular physical attack of a 5, but it has brutal, so that would be 4 wounds if not blocked. So obviously blocking him is of high pry. And then obviously the faction leader has a ice attack of a 7, so that'd be 3 wounds and paralyzed. So obviously need to block him as well. Awesome. Seems like a reasonable assortment of stuff. My ranged attack, I can do concentration. Well, I have the Emerald Ring, which I'll take off. I'm going to get a green crystal, so I need to save one of these green crystals for the Magic Familiars, and a green mana, and Fame +1. We are going to use this green with Swift Bolt. That gives me a range attack of a 6. I'm going to kill the 1 Elven Protector, applying the defend power of the other. So the defend powers have been totally dealt with right off the bat with Swift Bolt and Concentration. Again, I get Swift Bolt, the stronger effect, +2 of any type of attack. Super dead. Don't have to worry about that wound. Again, and defend powers are no longer a concern. I'm going to use this blue. I'm going to... Chosen enemy attack loses all its attack abilities. Man, I am stupid mana paw. Mana poor. Paw is not a word. Alright, I'm going to block this Savage Dragon to get rid of those 4 wounds. I'm going to break... Man, there's an argument to break the Emerald Ring too. Just think it unlimited green mana. I could just keep this dude out of the way. But I know what else am I using green for? Like, not a lot, really. I need white. I need lots of white. The rest of my attacks, I think I have to break... I need reds too. Woof. I have to break this. Cold Fire attack 8. And that's going to block the leader. Can I get 40 attack is the interesting question now that I've dealt with the defend powers. I don't think I'm really that close. I mean, reality is I can take these 5 wounds to my hand and ignore 1. So I can shrug off 1 wound, take the other 5. I'm not knocked out, and then I could start mathing with the rest of this. Right, and it's one of those things like, do I want to kill all the enemies? Do I not? Like, if I'm going to come back in, the Elven Protector should probably die. So we'll see what I want to do with these 5 wounds. Alright, if we're doing attacks now, remember I had the siege attack too, so again, some of this is all subject to change. But if we want to do range plus siege attack, I don't have another white. I still have this circular proficiency, which I can do things twice. I can get range plus siege attack. I can use this siege attack 2. This is the range attack 2. That would be enough to kill this dude. Man, if I just take them all out and get him down a level, that's not a bad situation for me. I didn't block the Storm Dragon. I'm not that worried about him. I didn't have a white or a blue to really use that. I still have the circlet. I can give you a white crystal and a green mana. None of these dudes Ooh. Chosen enemy loses all of its attack abilities, but not color. If I had the white. Draw 2 cards. Use that twice for range attack 2. He's got physical resistance? Woof. Get the white. Alright, here's what I can do with this. I'm going to add the ice attack to this rage card with this red. I'm going to use the circlet to get me a white crystal and a green mana. The green mana is ultimately going to be used over here. I killed this dude, right? So that would have been 2 less wounds. And it would actually have been 3 less wounds. And I could have gotten this back. So I can pretty much get this down to like no wounds, which is really nuts. So if I use this with the ice shard, I use this white. So I blocked him, and then I can just kill him in the melee phase. So that would not have been less wounds. No, yeah, he didn't give me anyone. So this is a melee. He's dead. This gets me down to these 2 guys. I'm going to have 3 wounds, right? Because we're 2 from him, 1 from him. I have to kill the Elven Protector. The dude is a menace. He must be stopped. Oh, he's physical resistant. Shoot. That's fine. I could have done both of that and killed him. I don't want to deal with that brutal every freaking round. It just is what it is. Menace, I tell you. This attack 5 from the Magic Familiars, I'm going to use to do 1 level of damage to the head, the faction leader. So I can put a shield over that. And then I'm going to be in much better shape going forward. I mean, I might just have this freaking Storm Dragon left. But I have to kill this dude. I am going to shrug off one of these wounds with that. Because then I'll have the green mana at the end of this to heal these 2. So I'm going to have no wounds left. And Refreshing Walk is out. And so the question is, how much more attack can I muster? We get 3, 5. I mean, I could have assigned things and readied them and whatever, but it didn't work out that I needed to. I can't imagine not blocking the Savage Dragon because he's super annoying. But I can't. Oh, wait. Even better. I could have made him lose his attack abilities, which means that I didn't have to use Determination, which means that I could have wounded. Nah, the Magic Familiars would have already been used. Chosen enemy loses attack abilities, but not attack color. So I could use that against the Savage Dragon, right? So that's 5 points of damage. I could have used the Savage Monks ahead of time. So I could have assigned 1 wound to the Savage Monks and shrugged off the other. Because I'm really trying to get the no wounds here. And now I have this attack 2 back. But Chilling Stare would have been done for that. Right? And then I could have used this at the end of combat to heal the Savage Monks. So that's more effective. and then he still dies the same way. And then that gives me this determination card. That attack is still useful. Again, I use the circle of proficiency over here. I use the determination card, and I still have access to a die from the source. Holy crap. That's stupid. So I can use this rage to kill the Elven Protector. And then I have 3 attack and 2 attack to do another level of damage to the the grand hoo-ha, and that's fine. Now I have this 2 attack, which does nothing, and we're good. And the only one that lives is him. All right, let us review. A lot happened there. I'm going to try to take it one enemy at a time, and we'll start figuring out the wounds as we go. So first, we'll take the ones I killed in the range or siege attack phase. There was only one. I used the Savage Monks, and I used the Utham. Nope, I used the Savage Monks and the Utham Crossbowmen. That's a range plus siege attack 6. The Fire Elemental is dead. No wounds that I had to worry about from him. The Savage Dragon. I used Chilling Stare. I took away his ability, so he loses Brutal. He does 5 points of damage. I assigned 4 points of damage to the Savage Monks. I took a wound to my hand. Actually, I shrugged it off using one of those tokens. And then in the melee phase, I applied the Fire Gem to Swiftness. And I got the white. How? I got the white from the Circle of Proficiency, which gave me a white crystal and a green mana. The green mana is going to be used later to heal. And then I did 7 points of damage. Again, it was Ice Fire Gem plus Swiftness and Ice Shard plus Rage with the red crystal I had. That's 7 damage. That's elemental. That dude's dead. We did the Elven Protector. No, I killed 2 in the range phase, right? Because I had to kill this too, right? Elven Protector was the first one killed. I applied the defend power of the other Elven Protector, and we did concentration, stronger effective swift blow +2. That's 6. That accounts for the defend power of the other Elven Protector. That dude is dead. Don't have to worry about his wound. This guy did give me 1 wound, but I have not accounted for yet. Everything else, like that one, I just shrugged it off with the other thing that I had. I just don't want any wounds left in my head. And then he was killed with the rage in the melee phase. So I've dealt with him, and him. This guy gave me 2 wounds. Those would both be healed with Refreshing Walk using the green mana I got because of the Circle of Proficiency. So that's super cool. Remember, I got this other green mana here and a green crystal. I used the green crystal I already had on Savage Monks, and now I have 1 green crystal to hold on to the Magic Familiars, which is super awesome. Noble Manners and Stamina were used for nothing. There's really no good way to bring them together. And I broke the Shield of the Fallen Kings to prevent any damage from the faction leader, which would have paralyzed me. I did 10 points of damage to the faction leader, and the way I did that was the Magic Familiars, which gave me 5, the Red Caves Monks, which gave me 8, and Determination, which gave me 2. That killed 2 levels of the faction leader, and now he only has 6 levels left, and it's going to be at a level 4, so it's only going to be 24 attack, and he's going to be wiped out. All right. So I'm just wasting these 2 cards, but that is the end of the round. After combat, I get kicked back to the village. I play Refreshing Walk for the move 2 and the heal 2, move 4 and heal 2. Not playing it during combat. I'm just getting the heal. So that's super cool. That got rid of all my wounds, and I'm in good shape. There's only 1 dude left there, and I'm still chilling on a village, which is super, super nice. So all this mana goes away. No, that stays. That's the Magic Familiars enhancement. I'm going to have to, I'll sub this out now so I can get move 3 or influence 3 plus, I'm sorry, get heal 2 plus 1. I could use it for anything else too, but it's the only crystal I had in my deck, or in my inventory. I don't know why I said deck. These 4 enemies are dead. I use both of these tokens. This is out. I re-roll this red. That goes there. The only cards left in my hand don't matter because, again, Norwest has already declared end of round. I am going to get a level up probably. So we have 10, 14 fame. So that gets me from 36 up to 50. I get 4 more of these faction tokens. So we get another fire gem, another ice shard, a throw away a wound thing, and I can sub. Oh, the Tome of Retraining. This is crazy. I didn't see either of those yet. On your turn, when not in combat, I can swap out one of my skills for another in the common skills area. Super nice. These are re-readied. We get another command token, and my hand limit is still 6, but my armor is now 4. So I'm just getting ready for the next round. Remember, I already subbed out the crystal, and all these dudes are super dead. Now, you don't have to kill the faction leaders. I normally don't kill them all. As soon as you kill the leader, he goes bye-bye, and that's super helpful. But since I knew I was going to have to face him 2 rounds in a row, now it's like just 2 wounds going in. I mean, honestly, most it's 6 wounds going in, but I don't plan on taking 6 wounds, right? This, if I left it there, would have been 4 wounds and the 4. I mean, maybe the 2 fire attack is a bad idea, but I can always add ice block to a block card, right? So there's ways that comes together. All right, these will all go back in their piles. I will get ready for the next round. Woo! Oh, more fame for the faction leader. Thank you, Saget. I'm going to get 6 fame from the faction leader, 3 per thing. That goes from 50 to 56. All right. I think you'd be surprised how many people have weird jobs nowadays. Catnips that come on a bit early for excuses. Saget says this is the second night, and you already leveled up so high, you could use universal power twice to move 8. Why not recruit archers? That was dumb. We agree. Did you say you should have 2 artifacts? There are 3 of them. No, I should have had 3. I was supposed to have 3. I already had 2, and I knew I was missing 1. I got 2 from Magical Glades on the southern side of the map, and I got 1 from a monastery that just needed to be burned down. You're using 2 tokens that are the same, I think, but I'm only half watching. Sorry. Nope. Pretty sure I didn't. Super late. Hello to everybody. Looks like the game is going pretty well, and we're near the end. Well, the end of this one. Spend the 2 cards sideways to play the mana die instead of your red crystal. Oh, yes. Excellent. Thank you. Good catch. That's super strong. So when I had a red crystal on Rage, I didn't have to do that. I could have played the 2 cards sideways, which was much better, and I will happily take a red crystal, and I will happily put that sucker on the Magic Familiars instead of the green. So, fame for faction leader, thank you. And yeah, spend the 2 cards sideways and save your red crystal. Cool. Awesome. That was cool. That was a cool battle. A lot of things came together, like seeing that village. It's one of the reasons I like doing the elemental faction first, because you get to that, you get up to that village, and it gives you more options to take out the first. And then again, the second, you're just trying to amass a bunch of range attack. I mean, I had a break an artifact already. I don't love that, but it's one of the reasons I took the shield, knowing what that attack was from the leader. I would like an elite unit, but we'll see if that's in the cards today. So I'll have to gunners. We have the herbalists, and nothing I can recruit. I guess the herbalist I can recruit in a village. Not totally enamored with that, but we'll see. We're going to put this back in play because I'll leave it a little bit separate still. This won't be as big of a hand. I am going to try to get this done quickly, because I want to get the red. I want to get the Dark Crusader faction on the board for sure. And we have to add another card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is correct. Let's make sure I didn't already add a card. Yeah, we got to be a bit aggressive here. I got the heal cards to make it work. It is one of the reasons maybe getting the herbalists will make some sense, because then I can just more liberally take some wounds. I mean, I also have that lets me heal the unit. It's super strong. The Tome of Retraining could be interesting. Can you Can you swap out a skill you've already used? I think you can. Pretty close to another level up too, which is pretty bananas. All right, this comes down, out, over, stout resolve. Don't mind that. Regeneration. Another white crystal to this inventory. Wings of Wind is out. And we get offering. All right, done. Drawing up to my hand limit, which is 6. Circular Proficiency, Swift Bolt, Stamina, Threaten, Noble Manners, and Rage. It's the last day. I will take... Oh, we have to reset the source. It's a red, a green, and a blue. Don't mind if I do. I think I take Early Bird just so I go first. Mana Steel is super tempting, though. But I think I want to go first. Yeah. That'll give me a chance to pillage and get at least a semi-big turn. Red, green, and blue. All right, my turn. I'm going to play Noble Manners and Threaten. Get them both out of my hand. I'm going to use the red just so I freaking get... Oh, man. I want whites. I like whites. I would like a green. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Herbalists. Don't want to burn Swift Bolt just to get a white. Do I use the red? Yeah, I'm gonna probably replace these at some point, but I like having them. Guess I leave the red there and figure out. Maybe I don't do anything with the white with Swift Bolt. Honestly, it might make some sense to have a white for other things. So I will burn Swift Bolt because I can't power it anyway and get a white crystal. All right, that's out. I get Fame +1 because I use this for an interaction. And hello, Herbalist. Welcome to the team. I will not drop that move card and hope I don't pull anymore. Concentration, Swiftness, Stamina, Pillaging the Village. Ugh, all my moves. All the move cards. How many move cards? All of them. You get all of them. I'm basically going to go in next turn and just burn the heck out of this thing. And just try to get it all done. I want to get it all done. Next turn. All right, Goldix. Red, white. Don't be green. It's a white. So 2 more. So 15 cards left. Oops, sorry. I got a little messy. I made it crowded over here. My turn. I'm going to use, again, you can only use 1 motivation a turn. I'm going to use this. 1, 2. I get a green mana because I have the least fame. I have Crystallize, which is not exactly the most helpful card to have right now. I'm obviously moving in. I'm taking this move card out to the game. I'll take the one of the stamina out to the game because I got 3 friggin' move cards now. Agility could have been nice, as Madi said earlier. All right, well, here we are. What's happening? If I do not block anything, that is 6 wounds, which would kill me. So which would knock me out. So I can't do that per se. I'm going to move this over here. So we have 6 wounds. It'll be 4 from Dingbat and 2 from the other Dingbat. So yeah, 4 from the faction leader, 2 from him. I can power. I really wish I had mana draw. I can get another white and a green, however. Although I can't, he's immune to Chilling Stare because he has ice resistance. So never mind. So the Savage Dragon would not have been immune to this. but this guy very much is. I would need 14 range attack to kill him. It's just way too much range attack. It's not worth it. It is day. I can get 4 range attack with a circlet, and that I probably will do that. Remember, he will attack me if he has any levels left, and he will attack me at the level he was at the start of the round. But if I can get 24 range attack, he will not attack me because he will be dead, and then I'll have to deal with him. Let's see how many I can get. I can get 4. 4. The green and this is 5, so that's 9. So concentration in that would be this. I can use this white for 12. I think I'm going to be just shy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be just stupidly short shy. 13, 14, and 4 gets me 18. And scene. That's stupid. 2, 5. Okay, so I can't do it all in the range attack phase. Or it's range plus siege attack phase. I can get the 18. I'm super close, but I do just want to kill him. I'm not that worried about this guy, right? So I'm going to use this green to power this. I got another green from this, right? So we're going to assign. Yeah, I can assign 4 damage here. This would not knock me out. It's 5 wounds. I'll work backwards again. So the 5 wounds doesn't knock me out. And again, it's not paralyzed at this level. And now let me make sure I get the 24 on him somehow, right? So we had 4. I still think that's my best play by doing that. So 4. That's just a point of healing. Wound card from your discard pile. Heal 1 or throw it. Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. So 4, 8. The only way I was getting crystallized was this blue turning into a white. But since I wasn't getting doing this in a range attack phase anyway, I will not do that. I will keep all these movement cards, which can be super helpful because I do need to move across the map now. I'm going to use this, put this white back because I didn't use crystallize for that. Chilling Stare was kind of useless for both of these battles. I'm going to use this red. That's most excellent. I will not use his range attack either because his other attack is stronger. So I'm going to get, let me do the math of what I already have. So I just have 5, 9, 13. I need 11 more. Fire attack is useless. 11 more. Crossbowman, I need 8 more. The Magic Familiars and the Red Cape Monks, that should be 24. So 5 plus 6. Right. The Savage Monks went before the Ranger Siege attack phase, so that would have been 1 point of attack, 1 level taken out there. So now we just have, but still using the, even though that happened in Ranger Siege attack phase, in the melee phase, we're still using that as our barometer of what we need to do, right? So we still need to do 4 for the remaining 5 levels. So if I killed one in the Ranger Siege attack phase, now I have to kill 5 more levels in the rest of this phase. So I just need 20 attack in the melee phase, and the rest of the attack, I should say, the rest of the combat. So I just need 20 more points of attack. all in this phase. So 5 plus 3 plus 3 is 15. I'm sorry, 5 plus 3 plus 3 is 11. Math is hard. Plus 4 is 15. Plus 5 is 20. Oh, that's totally overkill. That's really overkill, kids. 5. So I did 4 beforehand, and now I just need 20. 5, 11, 15, 20. Funny that. So I didn't even use the circlet. I will use the circlet to get a white crystal and a green mana. And then after the combat, I can use the green mana for heal 2. And I can use this thing for heal 1. So I have 2 wounds left in my hand. I still have ways to do that. And after combat, I can heal this guy too. And I still have all that in my hand, right? I still have a march, I still have a stamina, I still have a swiftness, I still have a chilling stare, and I still have a crystallize. I did not kill him. He's just gonna go bye-bye. He's like, oh no, my leader is gone. What am I do? And that's how dragons talk. And you know, I'm sure there might have been a play with I might have been able to block him using that and the crystal shard and the ice shard. It's like, yeah, just none of that. Actually, he's doing a cold fire attack. All of that's just pretty gross. I'm just happy to be gone with him. Again, the 24 attack, just to totally review, I got 4 in the ranger siege attack phase, and then after it, I got 5, 10, 16, 20. Bam, that's 24 attack due to super dead. And again, I use a circlet to get a white crystal, which I still have, and a green mana. I use that green mana for heal 2. I took 5 wounds total because there were 6 wounds altogether. I assigned 4 points of damage to Savage Monks. I healed them. Oh, that's cool. I have 5 cards left. I am standing in the Hidden Valley. I will start with the gold mana at the beginning of the next day, which is super nice. I'm going to clean up my play area. All this is out. This red stays on the Magic Familiars because they're mana hungry. And these 2 wounds are still in my hand as well. I'm not going to want to drop them. I'm not going to want to drop any cards. I don't need to draw any new cards. That's fine. I'm re-rolling this red. That's good. 6 levels of... Oh, I'm going to get... Oh, I didn't kill... I don't get a sack of token. I'm going to kill him. And I didn't kill the Storm Dragon, so it's fine. But 6 levels is going to be 18 fame. 18 fame gets me from 57 to 75, which is indeed a level up. You are gone. Goodbye. All right. Done with him. This is my hand. I'm going to look at the next 2 skills of my skill. Thing, influence skill, or a movement skill. The movement skill is super useless. I think I'm taking Shield Bash. Neither of these matter, dude. They're just so bad. God, so bad. Am I really taking Shield Bash? I think I'm taking Shield Bash. Woof. When I liberate, do I get a reputation? I don't think so. I think that's for the magical glades. Yeah. But I will mark this thing with a shield. Wow. These are bad. I really don't want to give him the power crystals, though. I hate this. I have so much friggin' influence. This is so dumb. Move. None of these dudes are going to be ready. Nah, I want the power crystals. Ah, cool. Taking that. I don't necessarily feel like I need the influence. I have these tokens I can get rid of. This goes here. I get the power crystals. This goes here. And that is all. I add one of Goldix's skills. It's heal 2. Fantastic. So, Goldix's turn. It's a blue, a white, and a red. He has no red crystals, so he's going super slow. My turn. I think I just move 3. Yeah, I have all the influence from Chilling Stare, too. And I'm going to want to get more crystals for sure. I'm going to play Crystallize. Yeah, move 3, heal that 1. That makes sense. Slow down a little bit. So move. I already killed that dragon. There's going to be a dragon right there, which is annoying, but it is what it is. I'm going to have heal 2 at some point. Maybe I get close to the city, get inside of it, recruit something. I can drop the herbalists. Don't worry about this heal. I'm going to have heal 2 from rejuvenation, I think it is called. So I'm gonna move 4, move 6. That gets me here. I'm next to the city, so +1 card draw. Didn't use that or that. So I'll draw 2 cards. I can move in the city with swiftness, and then we could start recruiting next turn. Actually, let me use... I have so much access to green. Let me use the blue, the green, and that, and then I can have the blue for Chilling Stare, which will help me recruit some, either the catapults or the Amotep gunners. Probably the catapults. Or what's his immunities? He's not a. He's got a lot of physical immunity, so probably Amotep gunners. I like it. Those guys immune. I forget who has the fire immunity. I get all confused with the elemental immunity with these factions. They get all turned up in my head. That's done. I draw 2 cards, 1, and then 1 because I'm adjacent to the I'm adjacent to the White City and it has one of my shields on it. We get Refreshing Walk. Oh, what a freaking card that was. That's really sick. Cool. Cool. Alright, Goldix's turn. It's a blue, it's a white, it's a red. He has no reds. Remember, this tile was over here. I'm not putting it back on the board. It just doesn't matter. All those can go away. My turn. I'm going to play Power of Crystals. Get a crystal in my inventory of a color I do not already own. Or I could just heal. Well, I want to just heal 2 with move 4 and heal 2. Maybe that's ambitious. I have so many ways to heal. It's silly to. Yeah, I don't even need a green. I'm gonna move 2 and heal 1. And I'm moving into the White City. I'm gonna gain a crystal of a color I don't already own. I'm gonna gain a red. And I'm gonna do a recruitment action. I'm doing Chilling Stare. That's influence 5. Influence 6 because of my shield. And I can drop. That movement may come in handy. Tome of Relearning may come in handy. 5, 6. Don't want to drop Crystallize. I'll drop. I don't want to drop the Swiftness. This move 2 really could come in handy. I'll drop the Fire Gem. So if I'm remembering correctly, there is a lot of fire immunity there, but I could be not remembering correctly. And that's going to give me the Amotep Gunners. I like the Amotep Gunners because I don't need the siege attack as much. in this predicament, and like that range fire attack 6 is just better, like just objectively, and I'm gonna disband the herbalists. The nice thing too is that gives me move 1 every round, which is super nice. There's also a chance I get the catapults too, considering the current state of things. Herbalist, thank you for your service. You are out. I used refreshing walk, I used chilling stare, and I used the power of crystals. I roll that, it's green. I draw to my hand limit, which is 6. I get +1 because I'm next to a city that has a shield of mine on it. So mana draw, emerald ring, rejuvenate. Goldix's turn. Goldix gets a white, a red, and a red. He's going super slow for me because he is the man. I'm going to play the emerald ring. I get a green crystal and a green mana. This can come off. And fame +1. I'm going to use that card. I'm going to heal 1. So no wounds in my deck again. I have yeah, I think I'm wasting that green. Try to get a crystal of every color, baby. I'm gonna power crystallize with the blue. Get a blue. No, I think I need reds. With the Amethyst Gunners, I just need reds. Forget the blue. And then I'm gonna do move 2 to go here. This is move 1. And I can play no, I'm gonna chill in there. See if I can't get enough oomph to kill whatever dragon comes out, especially with the Amethyst Gunners at my beck and call. So I'm gonna re-roll that. It's blue. These comes out. Do I want to ready instead of healing? That's an idea. I won't heal. I can take the 1 wound. I'm gonna ready a level 1 or 2 unit. I'm gonna ready the Magic Familiars because they're my friends. They're super flexible. And then I have the move 2 to go there. And the wound stays in my hand. I like that a lot better. Alright, I draw to my hand, which is 6 +1. Improvisation, determination, march, and +1. So all my cards are in my cards in my deck are in my hand. We get a Goldix's turn. 1, 2, and 3. It's blue. 1 more. He's gone very slow this round, which has been super nice. I'm going to spend move 2 again. This is a once a turn thing. I'm going to put the red city out. There's a dragon in my face. I'm going to kill it. Hopefully, we're going to get a ruins. Haven't pulled one of these tokens out in a minute. That goes here. It's day. It's face up. Kill a monster and a Maze Tower garrison to get 1 crystal of each color and a spell. We get a red dragon here. It is a vampire, a death dragon, another death dragon. So many death dragons. That's super fun. The faction leader is going to be here along with the Necropolis. Level 8. Level 8 is an attack of an 8 with poison, but only 4 shield. I dig. Attack of 8 with poison is not a problem. So we get this. This vampire dragon comes back. So 2 vampire dragons. 2, only 1. Only 1 and 1. So actually 1 less enemy than over here, which is bananas. 2, 2, 1. This is 1, 1, 2. And so we have a gibbering ghoul, we have a vampire, and we have 2 vampiric dragons. They will all chill right there. Now, I'm going to try to kill this dude. I will spend gold should have gone away a long time ago. I'm going to spend this for block 5. And then we have 2 cards sideways. Do I want to hold on to this movement? It's night. All right, that's block 7. So I blocked the dragon, and then we can do attack 5, attack 5. I've killed the death dragon. That gives me one of these tokens. It's going to be the Ghostly Elixir on a single attack action card. One attack on a single action card becomes ranged this attack. That's super cool. And we've killed him. That's 6 fame. That goes from 76 to 82. That gives me a level up. And another command token, which I probably won't use, but it would be super sick. This is so good. All right. that little scream was excitement. All right, this goes here. This is done. I haven't used any of these. I have just one stupid wound, which I'm fine with. This can come off the board because we don't need it anymore. Goldix is going to declare end of round next turn. On my turn, I have move 0 from that, but I do have move 5, which will get me into that sand. And maybe I don't move there. Maybe I just move back into the city. Get ready to recruit. Oh, I get +2 reputation because I killed the dragon. He's out. I try to recruit another unit, and I'll have a larger card draw. And it's only going to be move 5, and I have tons of movement. Cool. Done. End of the round. This goes here. I have this one wound in my hand, and we're good. All those games, hold on a second. All those games you play designed for solo play, do you come up with the rules yourself? No, these are all designed for solo play, dude. Pretty certain all the games he has on the channel have a dedicated solo mode in some fashion. He doesn't have to use a fan-made things. Sagittarius, you could think to hit the keep and grab a unit that way. Yeah, not a terrible idea. Bastion, don't you get an extra fame for the 2 levels you defeat at the faction level? Or did you already count that? Oh, I'm behind again. Yeah, Madi, you get a white with your artifact. Circular efficiency, just wound a unit. You can heal it simply. There we go. Yeah, I got there. Universal power twice with 2 mana. May give more damage or maybe exactly the same. Your white crystal didn't crystallize. You already had it in your inventory. Good recall. Wouldn't it be crazy to break the circlet either? You get the new skill to keep and it will be in your hand for next round. The double play any once per turn ability is still dope. Taking shield bash gives another green to the dummy. Would advise against. Yes, and you have the relic to change the skill later. Hidden Valley is magical glade. Don't forget to heal. You have a gold mana. Yeah, I was going to say that too, though he is not really in reading mode today. Got someone to call him. By now, we should clearly have shared his phone number with all of us. Reveal the keep. It is something that gives you a level up, maybe worth it. Right, this should have leveled up. Cool. We have that. Too bad he cannot draw a summoner here. You have improvisation. Go back to the catapults. You need to push him to the tomb and hope for the best. Oh yeah, great idea. Think like you're thinking. Important stuff that you missed to correct. Add one extra white crystal and heal a wound. Okay. I believe you all. I have no wounds in my deck, as I said. Right, I was supposed to heal there. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I did heal 3. I had 2 left. I healed 1 more, but just the move. I don't remember having the white crystal, but just cool. I used the green mana from there for sure, so that all worked out. Magic Familiars obviously are getting a red, so I've paid them. You need to push him to the tomb and hope for the best. I do have like a lot of like weird decisions I can still make here. It's really funny. Yeah, this is now useless, right? So I have move 5 just from that. Which is bananas. So I can get there and then sub that out with the Tome of Retraining, which would be super helpful. I do hear what Madi was saying about, hey, maybe it was a good idea to thin my deck a little bit, but just the fact that that's there and that gave me attack 4 was really nice. Of course, it's not going to be attack 4 next turn because it's going to be Knight, so it would only be attack 2. But it would be able to enhance 2 of my units on the same turn, so I don't hate that. I use Universal Power twice. I don't hate that. Now that I have a few more crystals. Oh, but did I mess up? Then no, I think I took a red. Yeah, I took a red with the thing that you have to do the thing and the other thing. All right, blue card here. This goes here. Yeah, sorry, I'm not reading everything as quickly. I am trying to get this done a little quicker today. Blue crystal here. This comes out. No spells has been an interesting way to play Life and Death, that's for sure. Underground travel is pretty cool. This catapult comes out. I can recruit anything because I'm in the White City, right? So we go here. Oh, it's catapults. Of course it is. Oh, more Magic Familiars. Oh, the Defana Masters? Do I dare? I don't know. I don't think I have the crystals to really make them work at their ultimate level of power. All right, black and 2 reds. Do I dare? Do I dare? Let's see what I draw here. I'm gonna get. This is like an unbelievable. Oh, I have 7 cards now too. It's so sick. So I'm actually drawing 8 cards to start this round. Woo! Okay.
Okay.
That's a thing that's happening. I could use a Tome of Retraining, just like back-to-back motivations, which would give me the maximum number of cards. All right, 8 cards coming out. I'm going to move the Hidden Valley. I'm going to move this. And here we are in the White City. Cool. All right, 7 cards because of my shield, and then an 8th card because I'm next to the city with my thing. Power crystals, rejuvenate, move. I would like influence. There we go. Although that might be a strong with the paralyze that these dudes have. Oh, I didn't pull their. No, yeah, none of those have paralyze. Vampiric's not bad. I think I use that for the influence. I can get rid of this movement token, so that's a bunch of influence already, and the shield gives me +1 too. So, tactics. Oh, tactics, where are you? Those are out. So from the dusk or midnight meditation, I'm going to go first again. Because I like going first. All right, Emerald Ring can rejuvenate an Emerald Ring makes some sense. Yeah, the Fauna Masters are just too expensive. Well, I could get the influence from the Magic Familiars and just ready them again, because I'm pretty much going to probably do this all in one shot, I think. So if I do Chilling Stare, woof. That source is not the absolute thing of dreams. If I do Chilling Stare for influence 5, and then the Magic Familiars, that gives me influence 8, +1 influence 9, +1 influence 10. Well, it's enough for the catapults. This is the Norawasiest game you ever could ask for. And then we're going to use this and ready those suckers back, because who needs to heal anymore? This is out. And I will use power crystals to get a blue, because why not? The Siege Ice attack now. Faction leader. has no resistances. Yeah, they're toast, my ghost. In one shot, almost guaranteed. Yeah, I don't care about your little poisonness. I'm gonna hold on. Oh, man, that's just an excessive amount of movement. I'm going to hold on. Oh, that is the excessive amount of everything. I will drop both of these movement cards. It's a little aggressive, but I have moved 5 from that. So, and now at the end of my turn, I'm drawing 4 more cards. So we got Crystallize, Noble Manners, Concentration, and March. I am drawing none of my attack cards. Excellent. Oh, Norawas needs to get, Goldix needs to get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Woo! You can also ready with Rejuvenate. Yeah, I thought about that. I'm going to draw 2 cards with Rejuvenate to get a huge hand, but yeah. Heal from the Valley, Crystal from the Circlet using the scale. All good, Greg. You're a bit more rattled than usual, it seems. Hope all is okay in your world. Yeah, just a lot going on with this construction, man. Like, I am very sleep deprived this week. Delphana, they never cease to disappoint. Somehow their skills are either too expensive to use or redundant, as I am anyway already killing everything. You can also ready with Rejuvenate. 1 more card, the city. Nah, I got that, dude. I got 8 cards. I'm done. 7 plus 1. 8. Thanks, Steve. So yeah, we're good. We're good to go with that. All right. Goldix, blue, red, red. Man, Goldix has been super cooperative. I am gonna waste the green mana, I think. No, I won't. Great. We're gonna use this, get 2 cards, because I have the least fame, and a green mana. I'm gonna use the green mana on Rejuvenate to get 2 more cards. God, where are all my attack cards? And I'm going to move 5 to go here. And then I can Tome of Relearning. Not in combat, and I'm going to get Norawas's motivation skill. And out. I think that's legit. There's nothing that says it can't be something that was already used. Excellent. Someone can tell me if that's not legit. You know, or don't, because I like cheating. I'm going to use Crystallize this turn and get a red. And that's a white. This is a lot of things. This is all the things. I have no reason to drop any of these. I obviously can't draw any more. And I guess I don't really need my attack cards to come out when I have 6 freaking units. Oh yeah, counting is hard. You can use some relearning through change the skill you already used. Thank you, Madi. I think you said that earlier too. I've just been, again, a little distracted, as has been pointed out by one Mr. Saget. So we did 6 cards there. I have really no reason to not go in right now. So 2 cards. Circle of Proficiency, and a white right mana. Thank you for Norawas's skill. The Circlet, I don't think I want to grab any of these. Yeah, I could just actually double use that, which is super helpful. I'm going to move in, so this card comes away. This can all go away, because we are down to the final countdown. Or something like that. The final countdown. All right, I moved in with this, so don't forget. I know you're about to forget, especially you. Whoever you is. I still have this. Actually, never mind. Can I use this to get into... Your movement does not provoke damage to enemies with ambush this turn. Also, yeah, there's nothing saying I can't move into with this, so I'm going to use that token and to save every card I have, because again, playing a card sideways can sometimes be helpful. I'm going to break the Emerald Ring. I get unlimited green. And 1 fame for each green spell I do this turn. I'm not doing any spells, but you know, it's nice to have. Here is all my green. I am going to try to figure out my range attack and make sure I don't get knocked out. So if I block nothing, these are all vampiric. Every single one of these dudes has vampiric. This means every wound I get, they get that much harder to kill. I don't care. I'm not trying to kill them. So I get 2 wounds from this guy, 2 wounds from this guy, 1 wound from the gibbering ghoul, 2 wounds from this dude, and the faction leader at this level would give me 2 wounds and 2 wounds to my discard. Oh, let me count the ways. I don't care. So we're gonna work this backwards. I'll use all the siege and range attack I can from these dudes, and then we'll figure it out from there. All right, so siege plus range attack. This is fire attack 6, range fire attack 6. This blue's not doing anything else. And this is all against the faction leader. I don't have to worry about defend powers or any of this crap. So that's 11. That's 15. Actually, I can use this one. That's 15. That's 16, 17. That's 18, 19, 20. I can get 25, but I can't finish him off in the range. Ooh. I need 32. It's 25. And I got excited. I can't. I'm just shy. I can get to 29. And that would be super close, but I cannot get to 32. I want to. 11, 12, 13. I can get this twice. I get to 31. Oh, it's even worse. Oh, no. Great. I can get +1/+1 here. Oh, I'm still at 31. 31. So we have 11. Both of these would get +1 to their range attacks. So if I did that, that's 11, 12, 13, 17, 21, 26, 29. I was already at 29. No, 29, 32. Whoa, did I do it? 4, 5, 6, plus 13 is 19. Plus, oh, it doesn't work for siege. I could do with these two. That's great. So 4, this is 3, that's 7, 4, 10, so it's 14, plus 5 is 19. 22, 28, 32. Great. 8 levels of that dude dead. He doesn't attack. That's all my range plus siege. This circlet added 1 to this guy's range attack, added 1 to this dude's range attack. I had 9 siege attack, and then we had 8 siege attack, 8 range attack here, plus the plus the attack here. I'm going to count it one more time. 4 plus 10, 14, 19, 22, plus 5 is 20. No, 4, 14, 19, 22, 27, 31. That's what I thought. I thought I was 1 shy. I am 1 shy. I can't kill him in the range attack phase. I take it back. I was super excited, but it didn't work. 4, 14, 19, 22. I don't know where my math was going wrong, but I was one measly bit shy. Definitely have no other possibilities over here, but that's fine. I'm not that worried about it because we'll get him mostly dead, so I don't even need to make this ranged. Or I could use it on somebody else. Like I can kill the gibbering ghoul. What's the point? I'd have to block him. Really no point. This guy needs 16 in the range of Shades phase. I'm not blocking them. So I'm going to no one has a block 5. They have a block 5, but that's dumb. I guess I could do a lot of blocks. Just want to not get knocked out. I can apply the Gibbering Ghoul's wound here. I can actually use the circlet to block this dude here with the +3. And then I get the same thing, another effect somewhere else. And now I have this red crystal, this red mana back, which would be good. So then his wounds go away. He didn't do any damage, so Vampiric doesn't trigger. And then I could actually take the other 6 wounds to my hand. And I'm not knocked out. 2 wounds go to my discard pile. Right? So I use that guy to block. I assign 5 points of damage to the, even better. I will assign this points of damage to do 1 level of the faction leader. There, he's still attacking at 8, but I've done 1 level down. Then I assign the wound to him, and then I block the other dude. The 6 wounds come to my hand. My armor 7, that's fine. 2 wounds to my discard pile because of the poison, and now I need just 28 points of attack. So again, catapults are out thanks to this. I can just do normal attack, right? So we get 5 points of attack because of the Uthan Crossbowman. Again, using the circlet's ability again to use this twice. So 5 points of attack, another 5 points of attack. That's 10 points of attack, 15 points of attack. I need 8 more. 15 points of attack. This can come out. 15. No, I need more than 8 more. Woof. 5, 10, 15. I need 15. 5, 10, 15, 20. Now I need 8 more. I can get 3. I'm trying to see if I can knock someone else out too. I'd like to kill the Vampiric Dragon that I blocked, but probably not going to happen. 15. This is 4. Again, he doesn't have fire ice resistance. So that would be 28. It'd be 5 from here, 3 here, plus a circuit. I can do this twice, so that'd be 2 to the melee. So that's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That's 20 plus 4 plus 4. That's 28. So that kills the faction leader. He's out. And then with the remaining attack I have, I can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is enough to kill the Vampiric Dragon, which I blocked, so he's out. The other 3 are going to go away. And then I can Refreshing Walk 2 wounds out of my hand with the unlimited greens that I have, which leaves me with 4 wounds because, for those who keep score, that could be important. And that is it. I mean, I couldn't use this to any avail, really. This dude is going to stay wounded. Sorry, Savage Monks. Or you know what? I'll heal the Savage Monks instead. And I'll just keep the 6 wounds in my hand. So my hand is literally just wounds. That would be 24 fame plus the Savage Dragon. That's 31 fame. That gets me up to 113. I'll level up the whole 9 yards. That was a really bizarre game. Like, that was one of those games where everything kind of came together. I mean, you look back at that first round and it was like, oh no, that's a bad start. And then it was like, by the end, again, the dragon went really slow. We had more turns. I was able to get to a place where we had a couple of strong units and just kind of the magic worked out. Sorry, I can't count the 32 apparently. But I was like, I knew I was 1 shy. And so I was like, let me count it one more time. I was like, nope, I was 1 shy. So we just had to, like, all right, how do we survive? We use this. This is a really strong skill, especially when we can use it twice thanks to the circlet. So that's like got, again, maximum benefit out of the crossbowmen, maximum benefit out of the gunners. I didn't use their attack 6, but I got the block 8. That's really sick. And then just the rest of the combat, the rest of the attack we had just really just came together, and somehow ended up super rich in crystals. I mean, power of crystals was absolutely bananas. But I mean, what a Norwest game if you've ever seen one. Like, left in my deck, I still have Swift Bolt, I still have Rage, I have Improvisation, I have Determination. I mean, you sub out some of these. I mean, how many cards I play sideways there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you sub out 4 of these cards with these 4 cards, like it's just bananas. So super cool. Oh, the movement skill is still max 3. All right. Good to know. Why is reading hard for me? Does it say max 3 on it? Because if it says max 3, that's like super embarrassing. It does say max 3. Look at me. I could have used the skill. I wouldn't have been able to heal. I could have used this sideways, and I could have used this move to come in. So, Savage Monks. Madi says you gotta be wounded. Blame Madi. It's his fault. Send letters to Germany. Madi, Germany. It will get to him, I promise. Bastion, you can keep the move and exchange another skill. The move can be used again. You can move on the mine for the red crystal. The move skill is max 3. Before it marches once a turn, it doesn't flip. You could forward march. Oh, right, it doesn't flip. Yeah, thank you. I knew that was weird. Right, I don't know why I flipped it. That's super weird. So it doesn't change the math if you're doing 2 turns. Right, because I could have moved 3, but now I want it to be right next to the move in with 2, so it changes the math from that standpoint. I'm late to the party. Looks like but I guess it doesn't matter because I could have just moved the 3 plus the 2. But I needed to use a Toma relearning outside of combat. But I guess I could have done that before combat started. So I guess it doesn't make sense. All right, you're healed. Madi says you're healed now, so it's good. You can change the other 2 and keep more, so it doesn't change the math if you're still doing it 2 turns. Joey, what's up, sir? I'm late to the party. Looks like I missed most of this one. I'm just here to claim part credit for the win. Absolutely. Well played, Joey. I agree with Saget. Greg couldn't have done without my moral support. I feel like everyone is down to the continued unyielding support of the Savage Monks. Seems like we probably shouldn't be taking math lessons with Greg. Yeah, counting to 32. I can count to 16, but when you double that, it gets really rough in my head. That red token that grants you range attack, can you not use it on a unit? Honestly, don't remember. Cannot use it on a unit. You can only use that on a card. You can only use Fire Gem on a card. You can only use Ice Shield, Ice Shard on a card, or Force Shard, Ice Shard on a card, and you Ice Shard on a card. It's like there's like a Dr. Seuss book in there somewhere. But the vial of toxin you can use on any source of attack, which is super, super strong. Mana Dice, a very good jinxer of Greg. Mike Owens says, I'm glad I'm only a jinx when it comes to games with dice. Bastion, Toma relearning could have been used with another skill, not forward march. Why? Oh, right. I could have kept that and get rid of something else that I already exhausted. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if you're really trying to min-max your score, yeah, that makes a lot of sense for sure. Cool. Yeah, I get another turn, get a red crystal. Why not? Savage Monks are confused. Like, we were wounded, we were healed, we were then wounded again, and now we can see. It's like, I do love these guys. They're super interesting. I love Life and Death, man. It's the crazy thing is we never actually ran out of either faction's stuff. Which it's a 6-round game, but I do find that the units they give you are generally just enough to get through a game. But I said that I did. I did. I recycled for sure with both factions. Never mind. I had to recycle a dragon for that faction. I had to recycle 2 green enemies for I had to recycle something for the Elementalist faction too. So yeah, I had to recycle green enemies when I explored again and put out the map. What really came together very nice for this Life and Death was that map, where you had basically all 3 city tiles came out in that row right along the center axis. I find that's like hugely important. And the fact that when I was here, I had the time to manipulate that to make sure I got the other core tiles out so I could then do what I just did. I can like, all right, let me go here. Then I go to the city. I recruit two really strong units. Actually, did I recruit? No, I recruit two strong units. And then I'm in perfect place to open this up, kill that dragon, and go right into the Red City or the Necropolis. And again, I think if you try to run that the other way, if you try to go to the Necropolis and then the Hidden Valley, that's a much harder thing to do. It's really, I've just never found that path to be something that works for me in life and death. And now I'm just so used to Elementalist first. It's hard to break that in the middle of a game, especially at these levels. Recycling is important, peeps. Protect your environment. Man, that's funny. Sajid Av is mixing it up then. Thanks. No problem. Bastion, they can use it twice. Yeah, talking about, the other thing. Mike Owens, I suppose there's always a possibility he could have rolled 3 gold. Oh, because you're saying that I could have had it to use it again to do the movement, like Madi had pointed out before. Cool. Yeah, so the math still worked either way. I suppose there's always a possibility he could have rolled 3 gold mana on the night turn while I was here and leave him with nothing in the pool. But that's not 50% basic, baby. Joey, thank you for the super chat. As always, sir, gotta run. Looks like a game I'll have to catch up on this evening. And Sadger says the only thing I'm missing, shock troops, spells, and into the heat. Yeah, this was a freaking amazing. That was dude, when you get this skill early, that bonds of loyalty is just game changer. Like, so good. I mean, because now Norawas becomes Norawasi. That's a word. Book it. Like, so much earlier in the equation where you're just like, great, I have 2 command tokens when I normally would only have 1 with any other mage. Bam! Like, who can I recruit? It's a -5 reduction. It's such a really nice skill to get. And the Magic Familiars are just absolute superstar. And just being able to, I brought them back 3 times, 2 times. Like, I mean, between rejuvenation and between this skill, I mean, Norawas is so strong, dude. There is, I mean, there's a reason why would I have him number 3. I mean, sometimes I still convinced that I have him too low, behind Arethia and Krang. I love what he does. Some of my most epic wins have been with Norawas, for sure. Bam, Death Dragon is super dead. Boo! Madi says having sustainable source of dragons and orcs is essential. And Bastion into the heat would have been nuts. Yeah, dude, recycling is important. We need unlimited source. I swear, if WizKids was really serious about an Ultimate Edition, they would release this with all improved everything. None of this like, oh, we just took the old stuff and photocopied it and still have the same discoloration issues on the back of our crap like they did, which is absolutely egregious. And they would give us more enemies for the Tezla expansion. It's a little thing, but it's like one of those like, why am I running out of enemies every time I play these scenarios? It doesn't make any sense. Not solo. Like, if I was like, can you imagine if you were playing co-op? Forget it, man. You'd be burning through these things. Because if you were trying to do this co-op, I guess I don't know. You can do co-op. If you're playing like a level, 12 co-op, like, you're gonna be totally out of enemies. So silly. Yeah, I wonder if there's enough. I guess there's enough to do on the map. I mean, there was a number of things I didn't do. It is weird I never got a spell. That was crazy. And the artifacts I got weren't like amazing, but they were just what I needed. I mean, I was so high in fame. I mean, I got the emerald ring early. The circlet ended up always getting the flexibility of the circlet's super nice. And that shield was like, all right, elemental faction leader, you're attacking me with an attack 7 ice attack with paralyzed. All right, boom. Like, you do nothing to me. Now I just need to whittle you down to a point where I can, kill you in the next time I get there. So I think the timing was actually perfect for me. And again, and Goldix going so slow just gave me max opportunity to do what I needed to do every round, which was super, super nice. Saget, if you get your units rolling, he's a menace still. Don't diss the red lady. She's all right. She's She's still there at number 2. It's fine. I know people who bought the expansion twice to have twice the tokens. It's not a terrible idea, man. I mean, it's terrible now. Like, I don't know if you could even find Tesla on the secondhand market now at a reasonable price. I mean, you probably be better off just buying Ultimate. I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated how that works, where expansions can often cost as much, if not triple, the base game. Right? It's absolutely insane. Like I was looking at the Runebound third edition. Like one of my patrons, Josh B, was talking to me about it, and yeah, I can get the base game for like a decent price, and then once you try to get the Unbreakable Bonds expansion to make it playable solo, it's like unreal. It's like, no, it's fine. I got enough games. I'm not spending $180 or whatever, think it would cost to get a game that's gonna obviously show its age. That has like roll to move, like, or yeah, I think it's like a roll to move mechanic in there. But yeah, there's really no reason why there's so few tokens other than WizKids being WizKids. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in one day, if I'm on the other side, I'll understand why certain choices are made. But that day is not today. This was super fun. I had a blast. We're gonna be back tomorrow. I am gonna be playing Final Girl. Slaughter in the Groves is there's a lot of slaughter, and there are groves, so it is appropriately named. We'll see. I have to start at 11 tomorrow, just with things going on. So, just expect an earlier start time. Start time if you want that, or just check the video out later. It'd be great. The core to expansion sales ratio is usually like 8 to 1 in retail. Yeah, they never print that many expansions. Would lose too much money. Got it. And that makes more sense. But then for people that really want it, like there's just so much less product out there. That's really interesting, man. Like, so I guess I wonder if that's true. Is I feel like games like the games that stand that stand the test of time, right? That you have like, even Space Hulk Death Angel, is still a game that people want years after it came out. Mage Knight. I feel like as time goes on, that those expansion sales, I wonder if they catch up at all, or it's still that 8 to 1 ratio, or you have a thing like what happened with the Ultimate Edition. It's like, hey, the people that buy the game now, the core box has become everything, so they're never gonna print Tesla because it's like, oh, just buy the new thing that has all the content. Um, so yeah, that's a really interesting stat, but I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I still feel like if they did, like, look at what Awakened Realms did for Castles of Burgundy, right? And how much money they raised. I mean, if they actually came out with a nice version of Mage Knight, that's a hard thing. I mean, take the money I'm not spending on Elder Scrolls. If they came out with like an elite version of Mage Knight, like, I'd probably back it, right? Like, how do I not? It's Mage Knight. I would love a beautiful version of this game that, you know, um, had all the bells and whistles and really nice minis and all that stuff. But if you're gonna give me a lateral move, I'm not gonna spend the 120 on it. Like, there's no point. Like, what I have is just as good, if not better, and like more importantly, I have it stored in a small box that's in a smaller box that works for me and organized exactly how I want it. So, it makes sense. When you realize that WizKids had like 7, 8 print runs of this, even a couple of Tesla, you could buy it easy for a long while. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but now you can't, right? Like, I mean, if you're getting into it now, you can't. But I mean, just in the conversation of today, right? If people are like, just wanted a second version of Tesla, like they'd be better off buying the ultimate. Kickstarter stuff is very different, and modern buying habits also have been changing. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, yeah, and of course, we realize that WizKids had 7, 8 print runs, because if you look at the backs of the cards, you're like, oh, this is not the same. It's part of their charm, man. I'll tell you what. I remember like in a couple of videos, like, why are you sleeving the beautiful art of this game? I was like, because all the backs are like 17 different shades of red, dude. So the art is super cool though. I do dig. Maybe I'm wrong, except for minor things. I really enjoy the look of this game. Would not want it to change. No, I'm not saying change it radically. I'm just saying make it nice, dude. Like, in the ultimate just doesn't. It's just off. make it like, I think you could seriously upgrade some things. Like, and think people rag on the minis all the time. I think for pre-painted minis, these minis are perfect, except for Bravelar, who I think is garbage. But I think you could do things with terrain. You could do things with the tokens. You could do things with the mana crystals that I think would be super super just interesting, a little higher quality than what they have, um, than what existed in the base game for sure. But yeah, like I wouldn't want like a rework of the art or anything like that. I'm just saying they could have made Ultimate they could have just smoothed out some of the rough edges that existed, and they chose not to. They chose to do the absolute bare minimum in putting together a product just to cash in. And like, I get it, I guess, like, you know but it's a little weird that you're giving me a new game that still shows the same discoloration issues that the old games did because you didn't bother to update your files. But Ultimate is a simple reprint. Even that sold out very quickly. They did a second run immediately. Yeah, I think. I mean, aren't they at a third already? Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, I mean, this game just keeps selling. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, and plus they give you that absurdly large box. I mean, it didn't seem to be a lot of thought that went into the Ultimate. I think is my biggest like complaint about it, where it's like this was the absolute laziest way you could have done this, and I don't know. This is like WizKids is, I mean, one of their most expensive and most popular games, right? Like, what else does WizKids do? So I'm just surprised that they chose. I think they did themselves a disservice in the long haul by not doing more and charging more. Where someone like me would be like, "Oh, I'm interested in actually getting a really nice edition because mine's old and the parts don't all match, right?" So it's just one of those things. But yeah, I got, dude. I bought this secondhand on BGG with all the expansions for like, I think we originally went. I don't remember. I remember there was a problem with, because he said he told me it was one edition where all the coloration issues should have been fixed, and I looked. I was like, this isn't the edition you told me it was. So I ultimately got it for like 50, which was amazing. And then like 3 years later, it was like impossible to find for less than a hundo. Um, Maybe they are up to a third. I don't know. They did a localized version for my market, and that is in stock everywhere. I just hate that the text is different. Interesting. What text? I mean, I know they updated some text in Lost Legion. I'm guessing you're talking about something else. Bastion Berenek smiles. Cool. Yeah, I mean, like literally the font, the parts don't match the new version either. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's like, what? Again, it was the laziest reprint ever. It wouldn't have been that hard to be like, all right, let's make sure the backs are all the same. Like, I don't know, man. It's a thing. But speaking of which, no one like send angry letters to WizKids if I say, or any company if I ever rag on something, because I don't know if anyone's following what's going on with Colossal. Like there was that Dice Tower video that bashed like this insert for like the big box for Western Legends, and now there's like all this drama because like some Dice Tower doofuses are basically threatening them, like threatening people at work at Colossal. Like it's really bad, dude. Like, and honestly, I've watched the review and it seems totally fair. Like, I don't think they said anything outlandish, and like I'm not a huge Dice Tower fan, so like I have my gripes. I like some people there, but I have some gripes with like how like some of the head people over there have handled some things. But yeah, dude, it's absolutely crazy. So when I start railing against games, I'm these are real people who need love. So the WizKids best selling product by far is the HeroClix Minis. Cool, different text, local language. Yeah, yeah, I have seen that thing. I was like, WTF? Yeah, it's freaking crazy, man. Like the social media guy from Colossal was like, I'm getting death threats. This is bad. Okay. So, and then of course he blames Dice Tower, which I'm like, no, dude, it's not Dice Tower's fault. In this instance, they do a lot of Dice Tower likes to punch down in a way that I find absurd and inappropriate, considering they're like the ambassador of the hobby. But yeah, in this case, that was like a totally fair review. It sounds like the product had a lot of problems, and if you don't want dice tower to rag in your product. You know, sometimes you have to make a better product. But you know, it is what it is. But that is that. All right, I definitely need to get running here. This was super fun. I am going to enjoy the rest of this evening, basking in the glow of this epic victory. Thank you for all the assists, Sajit and Madi, especially with catching some of the rule stuff. And who else is here? Bastion and I know Mike. Both the Mikes were here, Mike James and Mike Owens. Steve tried hard to tell me I was missing a card. He was just wrong, but that's fine. We're going to work on counting together because apparently I can't count to 32. He can't count to 8. It's all just a big mess over here in Philadelphia. Catnip, if you're still around, you saw your first solo playthroughs win. So thanks to you for inspiring me to overcome my previous difficulties. Sadness says Tom still moves Marcus more than anyone else. Maybe shut up, sit down, similar heights. Simple as that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's still crazy though. I don't know. It's like this is just a game. Like, I mean, you can be mad at a publisher for I can be mad at the publisher for like making a bad choice in a design, but I'm never gonna like be like really mad at the human being who most people are just trying to do their best, dude. I get it. So, yeah, this was a fun game. I'll now go watch the first 2 hours. Dude, it's crazy. That first round is still unbelievable to me. Like, it's one of the things like how it started, how it's going, and it's like, wow, that's really nuts. So Katniss says, yeah, sad times. So I don't know if you're making a joke about you seeing your first win because now you're sad that I actually won a game and or if you're sad about Dice Tower. So I laughed if it was the former, and I very much agree if it was the latter. Oh, one of those things. Anyway, I'm really gonna go now. This was super fun. Everyone have an amazing day. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.